Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Evasion EU Solo Battles Season 5 Semifinal Group B. Tonight we find out our final two competitors moving into the championship for the EU Solo Battles. And I, for one, am pretty excited about our lineup tonight. We have two extremely high-scoring individuals competing tonight. Our top performer for the entire season and the second highest scoring in the EU bracket tonight. So some strong competitors here today. I am Spectre21. I will be your host today, and I am joined by two fantastic individuals. First of all, Jeepo TV. How are you doing, sir?
Doing well, my friend. Doing well. Thank you very much. Excited to see what the guys bring to the show tonight.
Absolutely. And also Party Pineapple, fantastic individual. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, what's going on, Spectre? Happy to be here as always, man. Great bracket tonight. Awesome competitors.
Absolutely. So we will guide you through the events today to find out again who our final two competitors are going into the championship. And if we can take a look at the scoreboard real quick, I just want to highlight our overall highest scoring competitor for the season, Blitzer Girl, with 145 points, followed closely by Gary TV, bringing in 134 points. Now, both of these individuals in their group bracket not only survived every single raid of their group challenge, they also completed every single objective. They marked all of their objectives on reserve. They dropped their batteries. They got out of the raid. Blitzer Girl even got a kill during her group stage. So these are two very, very strong competitors. We also have tonight Angry Elmo TV and Gary TV, who have their work cut out for them to face these other competitors tonight. I'm sorry, British Elba and Angry Elmo TV going up against Gary TV and Blitzer Girl. This bracket it's a doozy, and I am really excited to see who's going to be moving on to take on Blank TV and Walker in the championship for a huge cash prize. Just want to take a second to thank Battlestate Games for sponsoring the Season 5 Evasion Solo Battles with $1,000 for the first place prize for the EU Solo Battles, $500 for the second place, and you can see overall for the entire season, $26,250 in cash prizes for the solo, duo, and trio battles. So huge thanks, huge shout out for Battlestate Games for their support to Evasion, for making this cash prize possible for the tournament. I want to welcome everybody in. If this is your first time seeing an Evasion tournament, you are in for a treat and some quality Tarkov content tonight. I do want to take a second to thank the Evasion team, all of the production staff and the battle mods, and everybody who's working behind the scenes to make this possible, to put this together. Big shout out to Tarkov Reporter for putting that pre-roll together for us to kind of highlight what's been going on in the season. And just welcome everybody in. Grab a drink, grab some popcorn, and get set for some quality Tarkov entertainment today. Jeepo, what are you looking forward to today, and what's your thing to look out for in this bracket?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see if we get another high score. Honestly, you know, as you said, we have some ridiculously high scoring competitors here in this leg of the semifinals. They want to put down a statement before that final, and I think they really should just go all out. Of course, that's not to say that the other two competitors in here, they're here on merit as well. There's a great chance. We know how much RNG can be involved in Tarkov, so everybody's going to have to really bring their A game. You know, we've talked about it at length as well, how the rule set here for Evasion sort of makes these competitors a little bit uncomfortable and makes them have to think outside the box. And I really want to see how they handle that now. Will they change up what they did in the previous group stages, or will they stick with the strategies they tried then?
Absolutely. And we can see on the semifinal group A, The scoreboard was very interesting that time around. Outside of Blank TV, who just put up an insane score, very nearly matching Blitzer Girl, the other three competitors were within 6 points of each other. 6 points. That is unbelievably close. It came down to the wire, and we nearly saw a change in score there at the end on the final raid in reserve for the deciding factor of who went on to the championship. So I also am very interested to see how close the competition is going to be tonight. Again, Gary TV and Blitzer Girl survived every single one of their raids, which is what allowed them to have such a strong score in their group stages. Tonight may not go so well for them. If they have an unlucky raid, if they get Tarkoved, then we could see a big upset here from the other two competitors tonight. What about you, Party Pineapple? What are you most looking forward to tonight? What are you going to have your eye on?
Honestly, I'm gonna have my eye over on British Ubba and Gary TV because mostly these guys have coming in. They're coming in from the B bracket in the first stage, so they've gotten to see every other competitor go through their strategies and whatnot. So they get the opportunity to go through, get a method, get a theory in place for their strategies for today. Figure out what they're up against with Blitzer and Angry Elmo. They really got a lot of their work cut out for them, like we said before. So seeing how that slow, methodical gameplay can affect certain things as opposed to taking opportunistic, aggressive gameplay. We'll see how it goes because these two competitors are fantastic players too.
Absolutely. Just to be where they are tonight, they have proven that they have what it takes to go to the championship tonight. It's going to come down to a lot of RNG. It's going to come down to the spawns we get and just how the raids go. And it'll be very interesting to see how things develop. I, for one, am interested to see how they approach the different challenges tonight. So for those who are unfamiliar with this season's rule set, it's a little tactical, it's a little methodical in a lot of the challenges. There are very atypical approaches that have been taken by some of our competitors that have made them successful. So without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get into our first raid. Jeepo, would you please introduce us to the factory gun game?
Yeah, absolutely. Factory gun game, one of the absolute best rule sets I think you'll find in an opening game in a competitive match. So factory gun game, competitors must go into the raid with a pistol. They go in and basically any pistol, any meds, any armor setup, no throwables, no thermals, no reap-IRs, none of that stuff, no run-throughs either. They're tasked with swapping weapons with their last kill's primary weapon. Points are gained for killing scavs and PMCs with bonus points for melee kills, and we've seen a lot of melee kills in the last couple of brackets here. So this is going to be interesting to see if people try and min-max while they're in this raid. If you melee kill, you must take their primary weapon and use it, or of course continue that melee run. Points: 1 point per scav kill, 1 point for a PMC kill with no tag, 3 points for a PMC kill with a tag, an extra bonus point for a melee kill, 5 points for Tagilla, really hoping we see Tagilla tonight, and 5 points if you extract as well. It is factory daytime. There is a map timer limit as well, so you can make the most of your factory raid, and they do load in solo. So really excited to see how they do this. We've seen some crazy strats going into factory, people bringing in additional ammunition, people bringing in multiple sets of body armor, focusing on those head taps with their melee weapon. Yeah, really excited for this one. It's a great one to kick us off and get rid of those nerves, basically, as we get into the first leg of this competition tonight.
It's gonna be interesting watching our competitors approach factory. The gun game is a unique rule set, and our records going into tonight for the highest PMC kills are tied between Ontorius, Instanti, Angry Elmo, and Blank. Killed with a tag, tied with Ontorius, Angry Elmo, and Blank for also 2 kills. And top scav kills tied with Blitzer Girl and Oddities
24, in
for
fact,
13 scav kills.
Give us a
All right,
nice,
gentlemen.
nice breather, you know.
All right, let's get it. We are listening to British Hubba, or British Hubba. I was called British Hubba. All right, let's get it in. We got one in already. Looks like we got the G18 possibly.
Yeah, good shot with the G18.
Go.
Bro, what?
Oof. Well, helmet save lives, face shield save lives.
How is this guy shooting my legs out?
Oh man, it's definitely
He
the map
is-
to be wearing a helmet too. He is
No,
just
where
wailing
do
into
you-
that visor.
Oh,
Here he
God,
comes.
keybinds.
He's in trouble. He's in trouble here. He's 2 heavy bleeds. He's desperately trying to stop that, mixing up his keybinds a little bit there.
Well, that was fun,
Get that
chat.
pre-med.
We took down 2 of the durability
lie.
too. Swapping out his visor, very smart on this one. Blitzer Girl popping in the
Monka
right hand side, your
dude.
bottom with the FN57.
What a monka start.
Different map.
I think this 5.7 would
I
be
understand
my
how he wasn't
choice.
dying.
Just those high pen runs. What about you, buddy?
Absolutely. I think the 5.7 is a
kill him in
super
the end?
solid thing. You see a lot of
I'm
these
not even
competitors
convinced
also
we
bringing
did.
in extra mags inside of their rigs. There we go.
Mhm.
Now, one thing I can say for people
You know
on
what?
factory,
Let's
pop
just
a
park
morphine
our
or
butts here and
propanol
just,
at the beginning of the raid. By the time it
we
wears
just
off,
sow
you're already going to be
my,
out most of the time.
Let's just sew our tournament chances
Absolutely.
back together, chat. Alright?
So Elba, you can hear here. Come to do some arts and crafts. He's not
The
even
shotgun life is
sure
real.
he necessarily killed that guy. He thinks he did. It's one of the great reasons the Glock 18 is so much fun is you can't just spray people down. But he needs to put his life back together. Confirm that kill, grab that dog tag. We're just switching over now to Blitzer Girl's audio.
Bringing out the shotgun, taking down the PMC. There we go.
Nice.
Not sure about
Stock
the ammo
AKM.
inside of this shotgun, but it is found in raid. Everything's all good so far. Swapping out our weapon. Keep in mind, if these competitors do get a melee kill, they have to swap out the weapon before they could get points for another.
Dude, this gun doesn't
Alright.
work.
18.
Okay,
there
we're
we
just gonna
go.
get-
Might as well
This
just
gun
point fire
actually
with it. You're
doesn't
gonna be a
work,
lot
dude.
better
So
off with.
it
There
doesn't-
we
the bullets don't
go.
go
We'll
where
get
you
the
press it.
PMC kill. Blitzer
What?
popped off the scav kill, swapping out for the
Now
Taz.
we figured
Nice
that
job
out.
on British's
We're
part.
good. Okay?
I mean, that was great.
Damn
Going
you,
in the
Tony.
KS-23.
with the KS-23.
Now, what's the go-to
Alright, we'll
weapon
just
for
hit
you?
fire the damn thing.
For me, if I was to load in here, I would probably
before we
bring
do
an FN57 as well, just those high pen rounds.
not
That would
moving,
certainly
don't
probably
worry.
be where I
Just
start. Looks like
sewing our lives
Bubba
back
was
together,
really
'cause
struggling
we
there
still
with
have
the
a leg
Glock
that hasn't
18. I
been
don't think
sewed
he
back.
was hitting the shots. He's saying that it was hitting, I think,
Holy
a little bit
moly.
high. So he's just still finished
Chat,
off
do
the
you
guy
use the Glock
eventually. Took his
18C? Don't ABS
KS-23.
it.
That's not a
Alright,
bad
we learned
weapon for
something today.
factory at all. He should have some fun with that.
Oh, yeah, especially picking up the KS-23 off a PMC. Probably got that Shrap 10 rounds, which do annihilation
There's
to
no
your
time limit
legs.
on this, right? It's just the map time of it, yeah?
20 minutes.
Is that your do you
is
do you
that the
like
length
using
of
the
the
KS-23 yourself,
Yeah,
buddy?
I'm pretty sure it's the one.
Personally, KS-23, it's got its situations. I'll usually bring it in as like a spare weapon or something like that. Bring it in with like a sniper rifle or bring it in with something
Toxic.
else like that. Now, we did lose Angry Ammo. Did not see what happened going on there. We'll keep you guys updated on what happened when we get the opportunity and whatnot. But mostly the KS-23, I think that they've nerfed it into Oblivion, into a decent spot. Gary taking some shots over on the top right. Taking some shots
Gary in a
over
bit of a
on the
pickle
chest
here.
and the face. Let's see what's going on over here.
Trying to stop that
Just
heavy
from the
bleed.
third floor.
Yeah, he was just in a bit of a tough spot there. The guy could see him very clearly. He was in a concealed position, so he got that headshot off. But again, face shields coming in clutch here.
Pop a little green
Using
stim
that
right there.
ETG.
Oh yeah. Now a lot of people tend to be using that green stim. Personally, I'm more of a propadol guy. I don't usually bring in the
He's
snackies.
got 2 weapons. Can I take any?
Oh, fucking shit.
Yeah,
First
Propatal
floor,
stays in my
do you-
quick action bar. Definitely
Mhm,
a great one to have because of that painkiller effect as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Usually go with the, in my opinion, propadol and melatonin. Perfect combination for PMCs going around these maps. Just gotta bring in some food and water. Gary's still trying to third party in a fight over here. Looks like he's actually taking some shots as well on his own third party. Gonna go on down below.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on there. It looks like that scav is locked onto him. And we can see the gun flash just there as he was dropping down into the underground. So I think he's just decided, you know what, I'm going to move, go somewhere else where this scav is not locked onto me, and just relocate to another portion of the map. Meanwhile, Blitzer just hard charging around, dropping that
Oh, yeah.
scav.
Let's go this way.
Oh, wow, I was expecting
let's
Tagilla
put
to just
this in.
pop out of the blue from from behind those magical tracer rounds. Let's go up on your main screen. She is just herring through the lobby right now. 3 PMC kills in the first round, 4 scab kills so far with 13 points on the board
Where's
so
the big
far.
fella?
Now, she
That's
is
who
going
we're
to do
looking for.
amazing so far with this setup
Where'd he
into
go? Where'd he go?
customs.
Where'd he go?
You guys will see the rules
He
set
above
if you
us?
guys are new here in a second. It's
Might.
very, very advantageous, I should say, for these competitors to make a good impression on the point scoreboard
What?
in the first round. What do you think about that, Jeepa?
God, no!
Oh, she's in trouble. That's Tagilla. She's got a PP.
This is it.
Come on, buddy.
Run.
Melee. Melee. And we got another. Is that another Tequila over on Bridge's screen? We got another Tequila over on
he's
Bridge's
fucking
screen.
Okay, he's dead, finally.
And he takes him down in the back of the head, just nailing that 7.62.
Oh, let's
Taking
go.
down
Let's
another
go.
Scab, getting the AKM now. We got some action going on. She can take out 7.62, get the extra mags in, and hopefully we can get some more action in on this guy. Tequila just popping off.
Now, interestingly, she didn't bring
gets
extra ammo here, and she might pay for that a little bit. She's back to the
there we
Saga
go.
9. No.
Oh no. And the mag that she had the wrong ammo, the 3.66 inside of it. Now Gary is gonna go see what he could do with the 100 down the bottom. Regular scab up on top with the meme 9. Still got a Tequila on the board.
Do we classify that as the caster curse? We did say we were hoping to see Tagilla, and we got double Tagilla so far. So
I have no idea what you're talking about. Caster curse doesn't exist.
Right. Can't fucking kill him with.
What do you do here if you're Blitzer and you got a Saga 9, and you know Tagilla's down there looking for you? What do you do? Do you just look for more scavs to kill to get more score and to get a better weapon, and then go for him for the bonus points, or do you just think, you know what, I'm gonna leave him down there, I'm gonna stay above ground and extract for those extra points?
silly Billy. What are you doing?
Personally, I feel extraction. This
Do I
is
need
a
to grab
bonus.
anything off
Being
the
on
Jedi
factory,
to-
being such
I
a
kill him,
hardcore map, and it's very unstable. You never know what can happen. I think
to grab
that
his cat or
while
anything.
the exfil is 5
No.
points,
You're good.
Hold up, pulse check.
very
Right.
beneficial for these
I don't check,
PMCs
so
to go
you
around
don't
and just
check.
mop up all the scabs, mop up any PMCs that might be doing pistol quests or whatnot. If you run into a Chad, if you run into
I can grab
Tequila,
this grenade
you're going to
still.
increase your risk going on here, and this is going to be a big thing for these competitors today: is risk
Alright.
management and time
Let's go kill
management.
things, chat.
Wait, actually, you can't use them though.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great points.
No throwables. So.
I wasn't sure if you're allowed to pick him up after.
No Tagilla yet for Gary. He is just cruising around on that ground floor, looking for trouble.
Gary.
No consequence. Wait, what?
British
Yeah.
popping shots on
Oh,
the bridge. Gary taking down another scab with a 153.
Certainly
Shotgun
worse
not
weapons on
big,
factory than that.
Absolutely. Shotguns are one of the best all-around things for any newer player in this game.
a Taz! No! The worst.
The worst, the best. Let's get it.
Can you make sure you dropped the nade? Can I just see your inventory?
Yeah.
real quick?
Yeah, I did. It was in my pocket. I dropped it.
We can just hear
So you
our battle mods. They're talking in the background too. Oh, but that is America Blue talking. Big shout out to the battle mods today, volunteering their time as always.
Alright, there's plenty of scabs to kill. There's the odd player scab running around
Battle
as
mod
well.
team, we got the
Weirdos.
production team. Got an awesome team of
Where'd they go, man?
casters and content creators on the evasion
Right
team.
underneath me?
Awesome people, always worth checking out. We always appreciate the people that. Ooh, there we go. That volunteer their time to make this all happen. Always much
Ooh.
love. Don't mind the breaking leg sounds.
Always
Nothing
makes me
happened.
cringe.
Oh, no, 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 no.
There you go. Look at that. One tap with the Taz. What a great weapon.
First try, by the way.
It looks like the guys here slowly doing arts and crafts, all of them.
What we got in here?
Oh yeah, he
7
pissed
mil?
off the
Good
scav.
choice. Let's put the Magnum dong in, baby. Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, let's heal the next. Let's heal the leg again. Sweep the leg.
Gary's gonna do some more surgery.
Yeah,
Blitzer
chat,
is
this
still in
this
her
is one hell
raid.
of a run. We got a PMC kill with a tag.
Like she's doing circles around Tagilla.
The big fella.
Oh, an agreement! Oh god! No!
Wait, was that?
How many bullets
Just
are there?
whacks her in the face. Blitzer is out from the scav boss. GG's in chat. Well played.
You know, though, she put up a fantastic score, and she decided, you know what, I'm just gonna.
Oh,
I didn't
double!
kill both of them with one shot. What am I meant to do?
Hell yeah, brother. Nice shot from British Abba.
I shot one. Which one do I shot? Like any gun?
Wow.
Does it matter? Can it?
Fantastic. I was gonna say, Blitzer Girl's sort of facing up to Tagilla here with a 10-round magazine. Certainly scary. And now British Abba with the collateral. Love to see it.
Ooh, action going on down beneath, taking a shot to the face, and the 136 scav is down.
Everybody stop shooting me in the face.
Someone's doing work this round for all the competitors.
Really mean. T45M? Pog. Alright. How's this face shield? Oh, this one's even worse than the other one. Oh, is this one screwed though? Yeah. Didn't I bring a...
Both these
I thought I
competitors
brought
nearing
3.
8.5 minutes left in the round timer.
Let's go with this one. How are we doing on time as well? Are we okay?
Just a first reminder, chat, everybody hanging out. If you guys have not checked out any of these competitors, you can go over to their channels. They're hanging out with their battle mods in their communities. Follows are free. Please make sure you go show them some love from the Invasion family.
Beautiful.
Would appreciate it immensely if you guys did that.
So I did confirm you will get 2 points for killing both of them at the same time. Since you did pick up one weapon. Yeah. So you'll get 2
Amazing.
points.
Phew.
Oh, this
Thanks,
tequila guy, man.
There
This
we
guy
go.
must have no more ammo. Let's go.
There you go, battle mods. Cleared up the confusion nice and quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. There's that quick clarification on any of the rules and whatnot for these competitors and whatnot.
And we get 5
British-
points for extracting.
British
if
did
I'm
get
not
that
cor-
double
if I'm
kill
not
right there
mistaken,
on the
so that's a good
shotgun.
thing.
I've been sitting here like wondering, like, British and Gary have the same raids, and now
Dude, everyone stop shooting me in the
they
face.
fight
Lose.
each other. Finally,
No
this
way, I'm
was
British.
sitting there brewing for so long, Jeepo. How did we not realize they're in the same
like
raid?
to see
I
them
looked
there.
at it and saw the red timer on their.
It's Gary.
Wow, it's Gary. He says
Okay
British taking
then.
down Gary.
GG's, my
GG's.
dude. Me and Gary are on the same.
GG's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took a while for us to
Wow.
figure that out for sure.
That's it.
There's a couple of instances they nearly bumped into each other as well, but looks like British Abba coming out on top in this one. I'm sure Gary will be looking for revenge in later raids here, but great stuff from Abba. He has a chance here to 6 more minutes, really max out that score.
Wow, man. How these guys avoided each other for so long just baffles me. You know, again, like I saw the red counter in both their screens. You could see the gears turning in my head, the espresso doing work, and wow, finally, 8 minutes left in the raid.
Didn't
They
even know
finally
Gary
run
was
into
in my
each other.
server.
Crazy too.
I know, what are the odds?
Now,
GG,
hey,
my
sometimes
friend.
these competitors do end up in the same server. We do not
take
try
those
to get them in
shots,
the
like a
same
double
server. We
win,
try to
dude.
give them the opportunity to get in their
double
own
win
raids and
shot.
whatnot. These things do happen, and it's
Did we kill
completely
someone
fine
and
if
get
they
the
do
points?
fight.
We killed a competitor.
We think it's great entertainment.
He must have fried these guys.
Absolutely.
Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. So he got some points on the board. Give him.
So I think because he was arts and crafting for so long from the start of the raid after that initial fight that Abba had, I'd probably give Gary some time to move around and kill things before they bumped into each other, which is why they're only just meeting right now. But he's following that trail of destruction that Gary laid out across the map earlier.
Oh, that surgery. He is a new man.
Okay. Let's go check over by single player again for more scavs. Actually, we can go
Yeah, there we
underground
go.
as well when we come back.
Check one more player scav spawn, one more AI spawn. Looks like
Dude,
we got
that's
one
so
more
unfortunate.
in the
It
raid
was
with
in our
5
raid, in a
minutes
way, 'cause
left.
We could have farmed this. But we killed
There you
two
go,
Jets.
exactly that. He's talking about farming it, exactly that. Get that last scav spawn, max out your
Let's go over
points,
here and see if there's
extract
any
for the
scavs.
bonus.
I don't think any more are going to spawn. I don't know how many
You guys
we
are
killed, maybe
curious
6,
on the
maybe
not
7?
completely updated scores, but the best that
Plus
we can
Tagilla,
do for you guys
let's say
personally.
it's 6, right? Plus Tagilla is
You can
11.
see down below in the
And
bottom
then
of your
2
screen, the
PMCs,
rotating little
17,
scores right
and then
there.
if we extract,
As things get
22.
updated, you guys
It's
see
not a
them.
bad
Just
run,
remember
that's
they're
kinda
not
what we were after.
completely accurate.
We'll just keep looking though, because you never know. We can snag another point now. It's another point we don't need later.
Now, chat.
I love
As we
Oh, go ahead,
That was
please.
long.
as we start to wrap things up in the factory raid, do you tend to stay near the office area, or do you stay in the newer expansion outwards
Let's go
area?
under.
We think
Is
about
it
that.
until the? Is it the map timer, Blue, or do I need to get?
It's
out
kind
of
of
it?
changed for me. I tended not to go to the new area very much because Tequila would murder me every time I tried, and I
Yeah.
I wasn't
420
necessarily
left,
too
Giga.
familiar with all the rat runs in and out of that area. However, recently, due to daily quests sending me there and weekly quests sending me there, I'm much more comfortable in that side of factory than I was. So towards the end, you'll
I don't
often
think
find
any
me
more of
hanging
those
out
will
in
chat.
the old area,
I
over by
think
that
we have
office.
cleaned
But yeah,
between me
I
and
do
old,
like running around
Councilman.
that new spot right now. It's factories.
Would
I wasn't
be
sure about the
very
expansion,
surprised.
but it's really grown on
Maybe
me.
down here. Nah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a lot of fun right now in Factor with the new
Yeah, that's
expansion
such a
area.
shame,
Does
'cause
make
all these
tasking a
scav
little
kills
hard
could have been ours,
on
but
the Jaeger
Harry
stuff,
killed
trying to
them
get kills
all.
near the office area,
Probably
but
had
that's
a fat
okay.
raid himself.
Factor's always been just a genuinely fun map, in my opinion.
What are the chances of guys get into the same raid?
Yeah, it's the
That's
last
hilarious.
truly sort of small scale, just hardcore PvP
no,
map.
that's
Labs kind of has
basically
that element
everything
to
I
it,
could
but it's
think of
just a
for
little bit
bucket
bigger and is
already.
more about the, in my opinion anyway, about the
It's making
raiders
sure
and the loot.
sometimes you get the odd scav.
Sweat
The
fest,
the
yeah.
PMCs are it's not quite the
They like
same
to crouch
as
there.
factory for me, but maybe I'm just old school.
I think there's
Alright,
a
one
time and
more
place for everything in
look
this
through
game,
your,
and Labs has its time and place for, I think,
Wait.
end game farming and whatnot. It's like a level up against Factor that people tend
Someone swiveled.
to label it as,
fair.
but it's its own completely
It wasn't
different
me.
strategy, different map, different AI.
Someone swiveled. On the
Sight
stairs,
lines
maybe?
I just
me.
can't do on Labs, so
Unless
like
it's-
personally.
2 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Yeah,
That's
definitely a
really
different
good.
AI, that's for sure. And I don't know about anybody else in chat, but the scavs have been pretty cracked this last week. Had a couple of one-tap shotgun headshots, more than I've had in the last couple of months combined. It's
Oh no.
maybe just a little bit of bad luck, but I like to think Nikita's just dialing it up to 11 before Christmas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just
I
get
think that's
those
it, chat. There's no
2-3
more
weeks of just
no more
deaths and
kills to
bad
be
luck
had.
in Tarkov.
boys and girls. That sucks. We want more. More blood for the blood god, dude. You know what I mean? 2 minutes on our map timer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you just joining us, you are watching the Evasion EU Solo Battles Season 5. We are in our semifinal bracket B. Please head over to the website, evasion.gg. You can go to the solo
Alright, sorted.
battle
We'll take
tab
our
and follow
five, I
along
guess,
with the
for
rules for
extracting.
each map and
Let's hope we
see
killed
the
6
previous
scavs.
competitions
Let's hope.
in this season.
If we killed
You can
any more than
also head
6,
over to the merch store if you're interested in picking up some merch
we were
and
gunning for something
show your
over
support for the
20, right?
Evasion tournament. Thank
See if
you,
there's any
and
extra
back to you,
numbers.
gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Spectre. Great stuff. Just in time for what looks like British Hub finally deciding, you know what, I'm going to take those bonus extract points. He thinks there might be a little bit of camp action here, so he's just going to take his
We're
time.
good.
Nope, all good.
Alright, GG's.
GG's.
I love
indeed.
it.
Great round
Always,
from
always
British
loving the
Hub.
choice to exfil.
No points there.
Absolutely. Always nice when we get at least one exfil per round, isn't it? I think that's a successful raid for him. 12,000 XP as well, and of course we will tally up the scores here shortly.
All right, what a round we had. I can't believe we had 2 competitors in the same raid and didn't know it for the first 12 minutes. It was like, in the back of my mind, I kind of wondered, especially when they were there at the center staircase. They were very close to each other early on in that raid, and we just didn't connect the dots because of all the other scavs and whatnot going on. 2 Tagilla encounters, that's awesome. We haven't really seen that yet in Season 5. So a lot of cool stuff happened that raid. Also, we mentioned earlier about having two really strong competitors tonight with Blitzer Girl and Gary TV, and our kind of underdogs, Angry Elmo and British Oba. And one of those things happened. We lost both Gary TV and Blitzer Girl in that raid, and British Oba came out with 24 points, with quite a few points over top of both Blitzer Girl and Gary TV. That is a huge score for a factory raid. So, pretty interesting moving into customs. British Oba putting himself in a really strong position, getting the Tagilla kill, getting the extraction. Kudos. Jeepo, what was your highlight from that raid?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's quite a few, like you said, and we did talk about it before they started, that there's a little bit of RNG in there, and this could go anyway. It's not, it's not a 2-horse race by any means. And I think for me, the highlight was Blitzer Girl, saddling up and going, I'm gonna wreck Tagilla with a 10-round mag. That's brave. That's very brave. And you heard her as she got smacked by that sledgehammer go, how many times must I shoot this guy? A lot, it turns out. Tagilla is, he's Killa's big brother. He's no pushover. But she tried. She put up a great fight. And like you say, the funny thing was we didn't notice that Gary and British Oba were in that same raid until over halfway through, because Oba had such a rough start. He spent half the raid arts and crafts putting his limbs back on. So yeah, lots happening. But as you said, great position to be in after the first raid. But all our contestants got some points on the board, which is nice in the first round. You want to go in with a couple of points, get those cobwebs off, and then crack into the next map.
Absolutely. Party Pineapple, how are you feeling about the scoreboard right now?
I love seeing how evasion works out with the brackets and whatnot, and seeing how the competitors always go. Like you just said, we saw the expected top two just go down the first round. We got the bottom two, as we call the underdogs, coming into this, putting on some strong points on the board and putting on an excellent performance so far. That fight between Gary and British Upper right there was just the whole round. You just go throughout and you just start picking all the puzzle pieces together. You start piecing it together. As soon as you start figuring it out, they're like, oh, they're raid together. They get to a fight. Perfect timing right there. Fantastic factory round.
Absolutely. Once again, I do want to direct everyone over to the website, evasion.gg. You can get all the information on our current solo battles. You can also go over to the calendar and see future events that are coming up, cutoff times for applications if you would like to try and compete in future events. Head over to the calendar and check that out. You can head over to the merch section and see some of the fantastic Evasion merch that we have. Lots of options here: hats, hoodies, jerseys, t-shirts, some really quality stuff, and it allows you to show some support to the Evasion team. You can also head over to all of the socials on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Some really cool clips can be found on TikTok. Good daily updates on the Twitter for upcoming events and highlights. And all of the VODs from all the performances and challenges are uploaded to YouTube. So if you would like to go back and see the previous competitions, previous seasons, you can head over to the YouTube and check that out. Now, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and roll into the next challenge. Mr. Party Pineapple, would you please introduce us to the Customs Rat Run?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you guys are not familiar with the Customs Rat Run, this is going to be a group spawn in. All these players will be spawned into the same raid together into Customs Day, and they will have 20 minutes to get in and out with their objective. These PMCs are going to be tasked with looting as many found in raid items from the raid for points while remaining a pacifist as they can. This means that they cannot engage other PMCs or scavs, or they will risk losing points for killing them. The only items in your bag at the time of exfil will count as points. These PMCs will be allowed any weapon and armor. They will be allowed to wear a tri-zip bag, 2 stims, 4 non-lethal grenades, not be allowed a GL or MK18, no thermals or IRs, no run-throughs as well. And the points will be allocated for negative bonuses instead this time. So putting in a good standing in their factory game will give you the good points in case you get into a little bit of a pickle. These points will be given out by -3 points for a scav kill, -4 points for a PMC kill. Killing the scav boss or a shadow will be -5 points. Exfilling will give you 5 points, but a found and raid item will give you half a point each. This will be a full slot if they are stackable items as well. Now keep in mind the the record for EU is 56 items looted from blank TV and 2 kills each for PMCs and scavs for Tangerine and Esgasm. Now, are we going to see some records broken here? Are we going to see some things going on with different strategies going on? Keep in mind that the Trizit bag has 30 slots available to it with a 5x6, so we'll see how these competitors go about certain things with this different type of rule set. It's a little bit more of a pacifist thing, so I'm not exactly sure how things are going to go. How you feeling about it, Jeepo?
Yeah, I love Rat Run on customs. I think it really mixes up the gameplay a little bit. All of these guys are obviously chads. You know, high kill counts, high murdering in every raid, and in this one, that's the opposite of what they're meant to do. They're meant to be pacifists, as you said. You know, we've seen multiple different strategies. We've seen people go straight to dorms in the hope that no one goes there. We've seen people just take the point loss, get those PMC kills because survival is important, take those scav kills if they need to as well. We've seen other people run it, you know, a little bit more, as the clues in the name, like a rat. Just go from stash to stash, grabbing items and getting that extract. We've seen people run into each other, competitors, and realize that it's a competitor and not shoot, and they both extract. And finally, the one I love the most is we've seen people go in with 100-round M4 mags and dump rounds all over the place to scare away other players. So we've seen all sorts of smorgasbord of tactics. I'm really interested to see what we see from the guys tonight. But yeah, I love Rat Run just because it makes these guys play different than they usually do in Tarkov, which is always fun to watch, the confusion.
Oh yeah, I agree. Now, on that note, actually, Spectre, I have a question for you. How do you feel that Blitzer Girl is going to adapt to the Rat Run here, since she has more of an aggressive playstyle?
That, you know, I was just thinking about that because she is such a strong PvE player. She's a fierce Tarkov competitor. We watched her in her group stage. She can flick onto a target with no time flat. So I am very curious to see how she's going to adapt to this more pacifistic gameplay and how strategic she can be here. Now we are going to go ahead and load in. Gentlemen, please take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. So our competitors have loaded in here. They're all running in separate directions, splitting up. Once the raid is called hot, we will let you know. I do love this one because it's a little bit more empathetic to the audience as well. Not all of us are chads. I certainly don't put myself in that category. So it's really nice to see people play with a play style I'm more familiar with. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like there's good separation here so far. Angry Elmo looks like is up at dorms, I believe. British Ubba is up at dorms as well, though. So these guys are pretty close to each other. That could be an issue.
Ooh, Angry Elmo is down already.
Gary TV.
Before the raid was called hot as well. Looks like British might have taken him down. British did take him down. Looks like Angry Elmo, I was about to say, had the flashbang rounds. British taking him down with the M4 action.
Fuck me.
And excuse us,
And
the
we are
raid
just-
was hot.
Yeah, just getting confirmation the raid was actually hot there. So that looks like a good kill from Ubba. We're just confirming all of that information, but it looks like it was a good kill. Seems to be a little bit of a delay there on Ubba's stream, so apologies for that. Twitch sometimes likes to play with us. Not to worry there. We'll make sure that was all good. Looks like Gary and Blitzer Girl, good separation between them as well. Gary just going around looting, which is exactly what you really want to do on a pacifistic run. Now, Pineapple, what was cool about that was we got a little bit of PvP. What was not cool about that was that sets Ubba back quite heavily in the points. Now, he's got a deficit to make up already.
Unlucky.
Well, he put up a insane performance for the factory game, so he's got a little bit more to lose going on.
It's so unfortunate.
taking the 4 points and taking all of the loot inside of the customs dorms, is that more beneficial to him in the long run? I think yes, but still anybody's game and anybody's guess on what the strategy is going to be employed for going on the loot area. I think that getting to the dorms and claiming all that is going to be super beneficial for his points. So 4 points, you know, big risk, but in the grand scheme of things, he already has a lot of points on the board. And just a side note, Gary picking up the pineapple juice early in the raid. Kudos to the man.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I like Gary's strategy here. If this was me, I don't think I'd go to dorms. I would more want to go to where he is right now, which I refer to as the Alamo area. It just, to me, there's so many crates, there's so much loose loot around. There's a couple of scavs, maybe. I just hope Rashal is not here. It's a really good. Oh, there's a scav. Speaking of, there's a really good opportunity here to grab some loot without hopefully getting too much combat. Feels safer to me than going to dorms, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I agree. A more open area, a lot more room to maneuver. That scout is just peeking at him, just playing peekaboo. Gary's just picking up all his stuff and leaving. Looks like he's gonna go pick up some caches.
Is that full? Nearly.
Exactly, and you know the other side of this is, you know, I did ask the question there with British Ubba taking out his fellow competitor. That is a negative point score for Ubba, but of course that prevents his competitor from scoring in this round. That is the other side of this, isn't it? So that could certainly work out. Oh,
Action on Gary. He's gonna flashbang his competitor and run. And he's just
Great.
out. Now, not
He
sure if that was
uses the
Blitzer.
Okay. One that will be CR rig stacked with
Oh my.
stuff.
Gary looks like he's going to go hit up all these stashes, get a T-plug, British, still in the dorms too. I think he's more than made up that 4 points.
yeah, I think you're right, and you know, that was a great use of a flash round there by Gary. Back to looting for him. I don't think that PMC that ran at him was particularly thick or geared looking, so I think we'll probably get away. We'll probably get away with that one. And that guy might not come back. He probably scared him as much as it scared us.
Oh yeah, looks like we might have misidentified that scav inside a stronghold. Or an Alamo. That might have been a PMC. I'm not sure if they chased him out or if that was a different party or whatnot. Now here's something that I want to point out real quick is Blitzer's hitting up this area right here. Not exactly the best area for high tier loot, but if you need general hideout items and whatnot, the bottom floor here, excellent spot for basic meds and little modifications.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw Blitzer Girl hit this in her last playthrough as well in the group stage. It's a great area, as you said. Nice golden star pickup as well. That's 100 grand on the flea market, FYI. So certainly some valuable loot kicking around in here. And now she getting that vodka up here in the green room.
Very good placement. I
going
wonder
about.
what they were doing with that vodka on the green screen.
I mean, look, I couldn't possibly tell you what we also call this room, so.
Well, hey, I grew up on those 2005 to 2010 skits, so anything's on the table.
Yeah, I really hope it's not the same skits I'm thinking of, but here we go. And in here, there are some toolboxes. There is some good loose loot spawns. You can find thermite back here. People often come into stream and say, hey, where do I find some thermite? Back here on customs is a good spot, or out to the back of Goshen in interchange. Look, we do have it's on a pressure gauge as well, so just slowly filling her backpack here. Great stuff.
Yeah, we're starting to get to the point where these competitors are starting to go around the maps, or if they're already still in their spawn, moving around, starting to get that bag all loaded up and whatnot. Starting to acquire a lot of double slot items, and they might have to acquire single slot items to basically double up on the points here. They're doing a great job with bringing the rigs inside the tri-zip. Again, like we said before, you have to bring in the tri-zip to 5x6 bag to be eligible for points inside of this round. Now, you're seeing a lot of the different combinations of rigs. I think it's very, very smart for these competitors to be bringing the two types of rigs. You got the 2x2 availability, you have the 2x1 availability, as well as the 1x1. Now, would you be going more for the bigger rigs or the smaller rigs? Chat, Jeepa.
Yeah, I quite like what Blitzer's got. I think that's a good setup. You know, you do get nice 4 slaughters in there. Of course, you do get more points from grabbing individual items, and there's a shotgun sitting there as well. And of course, what you can do is you can pick up a weapon and take 1 piece off that weapon, and that counts as well.
2 slots left
Which
in the
is
LBC.
quite nice. Just while we're watching the guys here, shout out Bush and I Am Highlander. Thank you guys for the subs.
If we
Really
can get all
appreciate the
one-slotters, cool.
support,
If we
guys.
can't, not too fast, right? But we just want to get some points on the board.
Yeah, much love. If you guys
Especially
have
as
not
we've
checked
got
out any of
minus
the
points for
competitors,
Elmo.
they're hanging out with the battle mods in their communities over on their channels. You guys can go check them out over on the links that will be in chat in 1 second. Follows are free. Make sure
I
you
guess
show
he
them some
didn't hear
love.
me because it was
All over
all
from the
two.
Invasion
I mean, I
family.
think he
These
did
guys
hear
are
me
all
'cause he
vetted
switched to the,
creators. Awesome people
flash
that we
shotgun.
think, oh, there's a stash I've never seen before. These are all creators that we think you guys should check out.
But it was
And they are part of the community that we call the Tarkov community and family, man. So feel free to check them out. Much love to the battle mods, the production crew making this all happen, and you guys all watching and supporting us through it all.
Yeah, absolutely. The follows are free. And you know, at the start of the raid, your backpack's getting pretty full. You know, if you're British Alba here, for example, you know you've taken out one of your competitors. You might be thinking, time to get out of this raid here. We'll hit a few stashes as we move towards extract, which looks what he's kind of doing. You know, he's staying around the outskirts. He doesn't want to go through the middle of the map where he's more likely to have to get in a firefight. I do like his level of interaction with chat here in terms of, you know, what am I doing? What's my strategy? Some competitors, they prefer they get really into what they're doing. You know, it's a little bit hard to think and talk at the same time sometimes. We appreciate that with Alba. It makes my job much easier.
Oh yeah, for sure. I enjoy that little bit of a different mindset with the dynamic strategy and whatnot. You know, some competitors choose not to know their score. Obviously, we don't condone any metagaming, but if you guys are interested in competing and whatnot, you want to know any sort of information that you can be given, whatnot, the battle mods can provide it to you. No, chat's always there to cheer you on. Chat's always there to give their thoughts on the matter and whatnot on the situation. Because that's the thing. We're as much as we're bringing in the competitors, we're bringing in the communities as well.
Absolutely, and in my experience, chat will always know. Will always let you know when you're doing something wrong. So
they're
great
always
stuff
right.
there, Gary. And chat are always right, except no, chat are always right. We'll just leave it at that. And Gary here just picking up more loose loot, deciding to drop the 3 slaughter to take the extra point there, and he's gonna take that extract as well. Great stuff from him. We'll certainly get his score ratcheted together as soon as we can as he gets out of this raid. So good stuff from Gary there. Points on the board.
So,
5 point exfils. British is going to be skirting around the edge of the map as well. Maybe we'll see a possible sniper scav sighting. I can never tell where this sniper scav is. Did he possibly in the back of the head?
Yeah, me too. I've had that a number of times, and we just saw their Blitzer girl just got out as well before we switched over to full screen here on Alba. He is our last competitor alive in a raid right now, so we're just going to stay with him as he transcribes his thought process and tells us what he's going to do. But it looks like he's going to try and pick up a few more scraps of loot before going to that back corner extract. Not sure if any of our other competitors went through here and hit this. I think Gary was just here a few moments ago.
10 minutes left.
Roger that. Don't worry, I'll be out in 5.
Yeah, it looks like it wasn't completely picked clean. British came in as our point leader into this round, so he's got a little bit more to lose. He got to the PvP earlier. That took out one of our competitors, denying them the points, as well as giving him access to the loot inside the dorms. Put himself in a great position, but do not count anybody out that's been having a poor performance in the first 2 rounds. This is just how Tarkov is. We see time and time again, things get real close as we get into different maps, different play styles. Factoring customs tend to be a little bit, oh god. There's the Gazelle. Is he going to drop his armor? That's the question.
It is an extra point. And Giva Viva Viri, thank you for the question in chat. The voices you hear under ours are the actual competitors themselves. So in this instance, it's British Alba, you can hear him. Or, of course, the in-game voices as well, sometimes if he decides to hit that key.
Yeah, he's running away. Huge scav.
Yes, fold the painkillers. Fold the helmet.
Honestly, I think we just get out, chat, and we'll take whatever points we've got at this point.
You didn't pick up the coffee.
Once we've done this one.
Folding the rigs would be a good call.
Oh no.
Oof.
Oh wait, we could probably do this, right?
You can make this
Something
work.
like
You can
that.
make
Let's
this
do
work.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. Builder's away.
Oh, crumbs.
I know the way you
I
can
guess
do
I
it.
wouldn't really make
Yeah,
any
if he
sense
if
for
he
it,
drops
but-
one here, there you go. He's figured it out. There it is.
Just drop his face cover and the eyewear, it'll be all
Sure.
set.
It's something. I think it's 1 extra point. I don't think it's much.
A 4 slaughter in for a 2 slaughter out. I'm not quite sure the math adds up there, but you know, he is a product of the British education system, and as someone who went through that, numbers are very, very difficult. I did well to 10,
I'll take it.
and then we get trouble. So we'll
Get
see just how that reflects on his score as he extracts here. Another survival for Ubba. Great
We'll
stuff.
just take it. We'll just get out. This is
Yeah,
this
looks
is
like
gonna be
we're
our
not
worst
seeing a
map.
little
So
bit
if
of a
this is our lowest
shuffle.
scoring map, huge.
No shuffle of the items before he goes on. He's confident what he's got. Bringing out the tri-zip.
Okay. Poor Elmo.
For Elmo,
That was
indeed.
certainly interesting to see the cogs turning as he tried to figure out what was the best option there with the quad slot items. And he did have the flexibility to try and figure out what he wanted to do there because he did have those 4 slot options available. I'm surprised he didn't go to that last cache there near the extract to see if he could find one more item because that would have certainly benefited him. He could have dropped that 4 slaughter, put the 2 slaughter back in with whatever additional items he found. But either way, he survived the raid. He came out with a lot of points, and he's going to be putting himself in a very strong position. I am interested to see what our final score looks like for this raid. Unfortunately, Angry Elmo had kind of a rough raid in Factory. He had a really rough raid this time, getting taken out very early in dorms there. So he's going to start falling behind the pack a little bit. He's really going to have to focus and come together on these next raids to keep himself in contention and try to stay competitive. He really has his work cut out for him now. Now, we are still updating the score here. Looks like Gary TV and Blitzer Girl coming in at a tie here, which is very interesting. They were tied in Factory for 17 points apiece and tied with 31.5 points each coming out of Customs. We are still waiting for the final update on British Ubba, but that is very interesting to have a tie in both the first raids from our top 2 competitors here. What? Oh, and there we
my,
go.
look.
Oh,
If that's I believe that's final.
wow.
Wow. 0.5 point spread between our top 3 competitors right now. That is
I'm calling a tie.
amazing. I've never seen that. That is insane. Jeepo, what are your thoughts right now?
Well, we did wonder if that kill on Elmo was going to cost Ubba a little bit, and it technically has cost him first place. But you know what? By 0.5, I think it's okay. It might just have worked out. Elmo's going to come into this next raid, you know, with a lot of work to do, getting very, very, very unlucky so far. But wow, that is a tight score between those top 3 competitors right now. And each of them, the pressure, if they know these scores, and of course you can say to your battle mod, hey, keep me updated on the score. Me personally, I wouldn't want to know, because this just adds an extra layer of pressure, knowing that your competitors are literally breathing down your neck. What a crazy matchup so far after 2 maps. That's insanely tight. I've not seen anything like that.
I agree.
All right, so unfortunately, Angry Elmo lagging a little bit, but not out of the race yet. We still have 3 raids to go. Party Pineapple, if you were in Angry Elmo's shoes, what would your thought process be? What's your strategy going to be going into these final 3 raids to try and pull yourself back into the competition?
So I think that Factory and Customs are a lot more of the dynamic mindset for a lot of TARKOV players. It's not really something that they're used to. So now that we're going into interchange, we're going into Shoreline, we're going to reserve and whatnot. I think there's a great opportunity for Angry Elmo to just open up and just start putting some points on the board, because this is when things start to take off, really. You know, every round that we go through, the points start to go up and up and up on the board. Obviously, you got factory, put some points on the board, factory, and going into customs and whatnot. You have to balance that out with losing the points in the pacifism. Now we're going to Chad run on interchange. These guys just get to kill anything that they see, that they get to go balls to the wall, get the PvP on, get to find killer, get to get headshot by killer. It's going to be fantastic.
Absolutely. And one thing we did see in Blitzer Girls group stage, she managed to find 3 gold chains in the lockers in Goshen. Those, as we'll see, can really help you pick up some points in this raid that we're going into. Now, we are going to go ahead and move over to our 3rd raid. Jeepo, would you please introduce us to the Interchange Chad run?
Yeah, pleasure to do so. Interchange, the best map in Tarkov. I won't hear anybody tell me otherwise. So our players will spawn in a group. It is a daytime interchange raid with a 25-minute time limit. And the entire opposite to what we've just seen with Rat Run. This is Chad Run. PMCs are tasked with killing everything on the map and getting high-tier loot items. 4 loadouts, same as what we've had. Any loadout they want, max 2 stims and 2 grenades. No GLs, no market teens, no thermals of any kind, and no run-throughs. Bonus items, find a LEDX, a Bitcoin, a GPU, Tetris, Skull Ring, a Thalmoscope, nailed it, Jeepo, well done, a roller gold watch, a defib, a moonshine, bronze lion, or a gold chain. If you find those bonus items, they are worth 2 points each. So as you've said, you know, Blitzer Girl finding 3 gold chains in a locker, that is huge right now with the points as tight as they are. Speaking of points, you get 1 point per scav kill. You get 1 point for PMC kill without a tag, 3 points with a tag. Kill killer is 5 points. Extract is 5 points. And as mentioned, each bonus item is 2 points each. Our PMCs are going to load into this raid together. They are going to showdown with every other PMC on this map and each other. I'm excited. There are usually insane competitor on competitor fights on interchange, and I cannot wait. All over the map as well, not just in the high loot areas. People bumping into each other in the underground, on back ramps, you name it. Very, very excited. Party Pineapple, what are you most excited for here on this interchange run?
Honestly, last time we keep talking about the gold chains, but just to note out, Blitzer found all those gold chains basically next to each other in the lockers in Goshen area. Now, that is the interchange record for EU players, finding 3 bonus items. So honestly, I'm really looking forward to see if we can get a record broken here for 3 bonus items. If we can get that broken, it is a tie between Blank TV and Blitzer. So I'd really like to see Blitzer possibly get 4. Also, we have Gary and British both in this bracket with the interchange records for scab kills, both at 14. So I really want to see a record broken from all 3 of these competitors, and I really want to see Angry Emo just put some points on the board, possibly take out some of these competitors that denied them points and put himself closer to that first and second bracket towards the finals.
Yeah, absolutely. Really excited here for Elmo. You know, needs to get points on the board. The pressure will be mounting. We'll know that. You know, needs to come away with some points here. We see everybody else getting that free pain medication up and running. I personally really dislike the headshot effect that you get now when you take that golden star, but we're still doing it until I find something better. And we can see there is a good bit of separation between the guys already. Blitzer Girl running around the outside of the map so far.
Oh yeah. Now, as all these competitors walked into the mall, the raid has gone hot, so they are allowed to engage each other. Angry Elmo going right, eyes on the prize, going right for those lockers, getting those gold chains in.
Yeah, and Abba as well. In Ollie, there's 2 sets of lockers actually in Ollie that people can go hit. But you often see people not really remember that they're there. And I found gold chains, silver chains, all that sort of stuff in here fairly frequently as well. I still think the Goshen lockers are better, but when you're in the area, you might as well. Now, Abba and Gary real close to each other here. Gary just
Oh,
goes up that ramp outside Killa as Ubba comes round the corner behind him. Timing there. This is why I love multiple perspective scenes like this. I don't think either competitor knew the other one was within just a few meters of him. This gives you a really nice perspective on how these maps tend to go. And we do have Gary's audio here. You can see that highlighted by blue, so pay a little bit extra attention to him right now.
something I enjoy about the Tarkov game and community is sometimes you don't always mag dump. Sometimes you don't always press the trigger as soon as you see people. British and Gary getting real close to each other on the opposite ends of the tech store. Looks like British is actually going to go over towards the office area. Angry Elmo pumping some shots over towards a scab on the second floor. Looks like he's bleeding a little bit as well. And Blitzer in the wake of her other two adversaries down below. Rasmussen might see a little 3 PMC action. Triple competitor. Gary's going to go in, log in a bullet onto this scav.
And Elmo playing with his food there a little bit. Always scary, those scavs at the moment. Like I said at the top of this, I've been tapped by scavs a few times recently, so always a little bit worrying to see a competitor popping shots at them and getting shot back. But, you know, here we are. Our competitors very close to each other. Gary getting shot at.
Gary over in the front. Blitzer in the wake of our competitors, realizing that Rasmussen's already been hit. Possible competitor as well. She hears the noises going on. Angry Elmo still in the back of Ghost. I'm surprised Blitzer hasn't gone over towards this area. Looks like we might possibly see Gary and Blitzer getting into a fight. Well, Blitzer is going to run away. British going over towards the lockers as well. Checking out all the lockers in Elmo's wake. We might see a fight between those two in just a second.
Yeah, they're sort of dancing around each other here. He's sort of jockeying for different positions. I'm wondering if they're aware of each other's presence right now. Gary looks like unlocking Emercom. Coming around on those very, very loud metal floor plates.
Elmo over near Gary right now as well. All these competitors are very, very near each other. Blitzer over near the Rasmussen area still. Possibly going over near British's area.
It looks like Ubba's spending a little bit of time at those lockers, a little bit confused by his loot
Gary
drop
getting into a
there.
fight. Angry Elmo. Gary getting into a fight. Taking shots back at each other. See how things go. Gary on
This could be huge.
idea side. Angry Elmo on your MES side over near, was that Kosan?
There's no way that nade got it.
Costin, whatever we're calling it these days.
Oh,
man.
nice movement by Elmo here, though. Great use of distraction, moving up in that side, getting in behind the sandbags. In a really good spot here.
Gary and Elmo taking shots at each other now. We do have both these competitors up. Looks like Blitzer is going to be watching third party, and we'll keep you updated on that thing. Looks like Elbo's going to go towards the library, going out. Gary taking shots over towards him as he retreats over towards the Goshen area. Going into the bathrooms. Blitzer popping up over towards the MES area from behind as well. Looks like she's going to try to third party Gary as he goes around the corner. Just taking the perfect direction away from Blitzer as well. Possible hearing of the running as well. Gary's going to turn back as Blitzer goes around the corner, and she goes down from Gary. Headshot right in the face hole.
Exactly. Exactly what she just said. That was, that could have been an absolutely fantastic move for Blitzer, but as we saw, just the timing on that, Gary turning around, spotting her, stalking her prey there. She was really playing to the audio on the map. Great work from Blitzer, but very unlucky. Great stuff from Gary. And Ubba just goes down.
Down. Elmo in the area as well with Gary just outside of Gary's sight. Goes up the escalator. We have two competitors down. Wow.
And Ubba going down to another PMC, not one of our competitors. Of course, these are live raids on public servers, so there are other PMCs on these. And Ubba going down. Big for the scoreboard, potentially. A little bit of separation here for Gary if he can come away with some good points today.
Insane movement so far. These competitors do have 25 minutes in their raids. They were just over 5 minutes in, under the 20 minutes. And we have two competitors down. Elmo is just taking names right now. Gary going up the escalator as well in the wake of Angry. Over near the pizza shop as well. Looks like he might see some action as well. Possible
and
scav,
Elmo,
maybe a PMC. Looks like a player scav.
Stand still just long enough.
Stand still just long enough. And that right there is why the voodoo is problematic. It doesn't have an intermediary zoom. He either had a 1x or a
Gary is
6x.
coming in. Gotta be really careful. Angry Elmo taken down
Oh no!
by Gary.
How was he still alive? Did you...
Great stuff from Gary. He doesn't realize he was third party. I think he thinks that that player scaffer, that player in front of him without the helmet on, killed him right there. Super unlucky from Elmo. This could be huge for Gary. This is a great opportunity to make some separation between the rest of the guys. Killing some PMCs, grabbing dog tags, getting loot, and lots of time left in here without our competitors. Ruined by
Gary
Walker
putting
in the
stuff.
chat. Shout out to Walker, much love. One of our other solo competitors this week, jinxing Elvo.
Oh, Gary
Oh,
taking
no.
shots over by the sushi shop.
Get that nade.
Tossing
There
a
it
nade
is.
on out
Move.
to Preston's enemy. Going into the dark corners of the abyss. Enemy looks like he's going to go inside of the sushi shop as well, possibly going towards the middle area. We're going to pop the green ETG stim, get that health regen going. He's yellow all across the body, blacked out arm. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Now, this is the thing, man.
Oh,
Put himself in a sandwich situation, then he gets a malfunction, possibly mag done. And he gets sandwiched. Gary goes down. Looks like we had a malfunction there.
That was, yeah, malfunction, or maybe he just lost track of that mag. We've talked about this before. Mark 47, you 30 round mags, in my opinion, not enough when you shoot like I do. Bigger mag capacity is always nice, and getting super unlucky there. Wow, what a raid.
Whoa. All of our competitors going
Really,
down.
yes. Very interesting. Very early. All 4 competitors going down very early in that raid. Very unusual and very unfortunate, specifically for Angry Elmo and Gary TV there. Gary TV, really strong showing, picking up several kills, taking out some competitors. He was right on the cusp of being able to just take off and secure a really strong lead in the competition tonight. Unfortunately, he did find himself surrounded by players there in an unfortunate situation. Really strong showing by Gary, and it just, at the end of the day, it's Tarkov. Sometimes you just get Tarkoved. Also unfortunate for Elmo TV there. He almost picked up that kill and managed to get out of that situation, and it took him a little too long. Such as Tarkov. Really, really quick raid. Very unusual raid for the solo battles. As we get the score caught up here from the interchange raid, we are going to take a brief, roughly 5-minute commercial break. So if you need to go grab a drink, get a snack, please do that. Head over to the website, evasion.gg. You can follow along with the rule set for tonight, and you can see the scoreboards updated as we get them completed. So we are going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. Please stick with us, and we will be back for our final 2 raids. Thank you.
Lieutenant, go. Proceed with caution. Copy that, Delta Team 77 in about 5 minutes. Copy team, this is Bravo Team 76, ETA in 3 minutes. Copy that, Bravo Team.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Evasion Solo Battles EU Season 5. We are just over the halfway point here, moving into our final 2 raids. We are going to recap the scores real quick. Jeepo, would you update us on the scoreboard, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So we went into that interchange round with half a point between our top 3 competitors, and it's opened up a little bit, but honestly, it is still incredibly close. Gary TV, the last survivor in that interchange raid, for getting absolutely hard sandwiched at sitting at 55.5 points, followed up by British Ubba on 50, and then just half a point behind Blitzer Girl. Gary doing well, getting a couple of PMC kills, killing Blitzer Girl as well. And then back in 4th place, we have Angry Elmo TV getting exceptionally unlucky in pretty much every round so far. Running up against competitors straight away, running into God Scavs, just getting absolutely annihilated. So a lot of pressure on Angry Elmo here going into these next rounds to try and get some points on the board, because it is all still to play for. 50 points, a couple of big scoring raids left. There is something to play for here, if the other competitors can get knocked out early.
All right, now moving on to our 4th raid of the day. Party Pineapple, would you please introduce us to Die Hard Delivery?
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be our Shoreline Map. It's going to be all of our players spawn in as a group together for an objective game today. We're going to spawn into daytime Shoreline. They'll have 25 minutes as the 4 competitors going to be fighting over extraction points this time around. PMCs are going to be tasked with racing to the exfil while delivering 2 car batteries to any of the eligible vehicles and killing at least 3 enemies along the way. Failure to place both batteries and kill 3 enemies will disqualify any of these players from their exfil points, which are very important for this. The rules, loadout, and all that will be a pilgrim bag with 2 car batteries inside, 2 stims, and 2 grenades. They're allowed to wear any armor and use any weapon as well. It's going to be a Shoreline map, so there's going to be a lot of diverse gameplay. We'll see what the competitors use for this as well. They will not be allowed to use a GL or MK18, no thermals, no flares, and no run-throughs as well. Points will be allocated for scav and guard kills. Will be 1 point. A PMC kill without a tag will be 1 point, and with the tag will give you 3 points. Killing Sanitar will give you 5 points, as well as a battery placed will give you 4 points as well. The kicker for this one is going to be the PMCs fighting for exfil points. The first exfil, which means you place both your batteries, kill 3 enemies, and make it out of the map alive, will award you 10 points. The second PMC to do so will be given 6 points, third for 3, and 1 for the last exfil as well. All these PMCs will need to go towards the vehicle list in the middle of your screen right now. The UN truck is eligible behind the admin building, the ambulance near the resort plaza, the car near the bridge at power station, and the green truck at gas station crossroads over near the pier as well. Super excited to see how these competitors go. It's always a good, intense battle over at Shoreline. Anything can happen. We'll see how it goes. Always rooting for the competitors. If you haven't checked out any of them on their pages as well, you can go see their point of views live with their communities and the battle mods as well. Highly ask you guys go check things out. What are you guys feeling about things?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one. I like that they all have those big purple pilgrim backpacks on, so you can sort of identify who each other is. Get those. If you get your competitors knocked out in this round early, it's huge. And Party, I've been told that you're an expert at getting out, extracting early, getting things done quickly. So I think that's a huge factor in this. Get those 3 kills, get rid of those batteries as quick as you can, and get yourself out of trouble. Get those points. We've seen how close this matchup is tonight. Those bonus points for first extract could really come in important here. But of course, the flip side of that is, do you stay in the raid longer? Do you get those extra player and scav kills? It's a bit more of an aggressive play style, and maybe that's what Angry Elmo is going to think about. They have some ground to make up. So very excited for Shoreline here. Not my favorite map. That's Interchange. Shout out to my Interchange homies, but certainly a lot of points on the line for this one.
All right, so
Yeah, I agree.
I want to take a second and highlight the past records for Shoreline with PMC kills. We had 4 tied between Razzlediz, Sheaf, Tased, and Blitzer Girl. Also tied with 4 tags, Razzlediz, Sheaf, and Blitzer Girl. Scav kills with 16 for Blank TV. 16 scav kills on the Shoreline raid. The extract time to beat, put up by Caltazar, is 6 minutes and 36 seconds. 6 minutes and 36 seconds. He dropped both batteries, got 3 kills, and extracted from the map. So that is just blazingly fast. I believe the EU top time was 7 minutes and 17 seconds, if I remember correctly. Still very quick to cover Shoreline and get out of the raid and secure those bonus points. Now, those extract bonus points are huge. If you can be the first one out and secure those 10 points, other competitors need to get a lot of kills to compensate for that lack of extraction bonus points. Party, what would your strategy be here going into this? Are you going to try and be the first one out? Or are you going to try and be the last one out and secure some extra kills?
I think for Shoreline, these players are going to be spawning in as a group, but as we've seen before, when they spawn as a group, once they get far enough distance away, the raid will be hot and they can engage each other. Shoreline is a very hard map to play solo, so I think these players are going to have their strategy in play. Get in, get out. 6.5 minutes may seem like a short time, but when you're inside a raid, that feels like an hour. So playing solo can be very daunting for most people inside this game, but I think that 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes isn't exactly the hardest thing to go through. Like we see right here, Gary in your top right just popped an SJ6. If you pop the right stims at the right times, you can zoom around this map and really get to the places you need to be. The question is, are the other competitors going to be in the same area? And the sight lines, are they going to match up to allow them to get some decent kills on other players and other competitors? And other scavs before the other ones are mopped up. The scav spawns are kind of wonky on Shoreline with timing and whatnot. So if you're not first to the party, you really got to be careful.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like guys are separating here. Once it is hot, we will let you know for sure. about 20-25 seconds left, so we'll keep an eye on that. And it looks like I'm seeing a lot of Mark 47s again, something we haven't really talked about too much tonight, but I personally love the mutant. I think it's a great weapon, but I like it at shorter to medium ranges. I find on Shoreline and the outside, I can't hit my shots with that slow moving, slow velocity BP round. MAI works pretty good, but of course it has lower damage. Raid is hot now. And I feel like Angry Elmo kind of caught the brunt of using that voodoo on interchange. It has the long range and short range. It doesn't have that intermediary range, and that's really what cost him in that kill at the donut by Burger, I feel. So I don't know. I think Valde might have been the option. Let's get some love in chat for the Valde. Was Blitzer gets that nice first kill. Yeah, great stuff. That's a PMC down already. Wow.
British getting 2 sniper scavs. Blitzer with a PMC kill. Gary on over towards the area as well near British. Possible sight line matching up. And Angry Elmo is over near Blitzer as well. Just missing the sight lines from Blitzer going over towards the area of Angry. Angry's going over towards Power Station. Gary placing down his first battery as well. And British, like he's just taking a stroll through the woods right now. We're going to go over to Angry Elmo. Gary in your bottom right.
Yeah, joining Angry here, pushing around the map. And I think Gary was just watching Ubba killing those sniper scavs before he placed that battery, so he might know there's someone in the area as he's running around Resort, pre-nading corners. You'd love to see it.
Gary sees something. Looks like he's going to actually go place down a car battery, possibly just bail right there.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the best of positions for that fight right there. Very smart on his part. He's going to reposition towards admin.
Yeah.
Angry Elmo possibly going to pick up the sniper scav over by Power. Maybe he'll go over towards Pier, or maybe he'll push on over towards the area looking to get his first kill on the board here, if I'm not mistaken. You're going to be up on your big screen with British Ubba nearby. We'll see how things go. See if they can do a nice little fight here.
Yeah,
They're going to run into each other. It looks like Ubba's right. He's not aware that Gary's right there. Gary can hear him.
Hearing the footsteps. First shot. British goes down. Gary getting the kill and the mop up. Points on the board. There we go. 3 points for Gary.
Do I get an angle on the car from this side?
Great stuff. Gary in an awesome position here. Has got both car batteries down. Is killing things. Killing competitors. If I'm Gary, I'm thinking, you know what? Let's think about those extract bonus points for sure. Great stuff from him.
Upper bags, right? No. Yeah. That someone is running there. Oh, with that.
Fair spread around the map. Angry Elmo getting shot right in the chest. Looks like possible player. Ooh, helmet saved lives, chat. Full concussion right there. Popping the nade back out. Bog 25. Short fuse. Air burst possibly taking out the enemy. He's going to push forward in the wake of the sound of the nade. Kind of close that gap with the MK47. Gets that little twitch action. Oh my.
Wow. Was that a scav?
That was a player. He took out his arm and he flinched.
That was a very fast spawn.
I flinched watching it.
Do I need to drop it in front or is it in the back?
Tarkov's a horror game. We say it all the time. Not sure if he got shot and got scared like I do. I snipe all the time, so when I get shot, I'm just like scared shitless.
Yeah, it certainly felt like it.
Some shots
PMC
down.
RPK,
here. PMC taking it with the fridge bag. Just gonna go for the high.
It's a shot on shot fight right here. Grenade coming back as well.
Nade in. Like that nade ran on over. She pops the shot right on its forehead. As soon as she peeks over, she gets the shot. Nice little nade kill. Might be another one nearby. Gary in the back of the admin resort. Admin resort popping things off. Does not seem like there is Sanitar so far. We shall see. We have not gotten much.
That was a fantastic fight there from Blitzer. Calm when she saw the grenade coming in, recognizing that it had went past her position. She was okay. And absolutely melting that guy on the repeak. Great stuff from Blitzer girl right there.
Insane. And props to insuring the car batteries as well. Gotta make sure you don't lose those. Now this could be the moment for Angry coming on over towards the pier side. Over on the hill. Maybe Blitzer will get herself stuck over near there. Get a nice little 1v1
he's
going.
looking.
Maybe we'll get a nice little pickoff.
He was looking. He's just seconds from seeing her here. This is
Here we go.
oof.
This could just be one of those things where he just doesn't see her until they're right up close. Looks like this might be how it goes.
Not sure anymore.
Ooh,
That's
we go right there.
Oh,
I'm so dead.
oh my goodness.
Oh, Blitzer goes down. Angry gets the kill.
Oh,
There we go.
I
Angry
tried.
taking down
It is
Blitzer
17
girl.
round max.
Looks like she tried to go for cover, maybe ran out of ammo, and he just pushed it. Pop him a green stem afterwards
Yeah.
to make himself alive. Does not look we have any third parties nearby. Nice pickup. Nice little fight from both these competitors.
huge fight for Elmo. That could
Dead Jim.
literally save this for him. Wow. And we did talk about the mutant and the limitation of the 30 round mags. Everybody runs the 30s because of the ergo boost you get with the 30s, but he's rocking that 73 rounder there, it seems like, and that's what kept him in that fight. He didn't have to reload. Gets Blitzer as she runs out of ammo. Wow. What a fight that was.
He is just bleeding from every orifice right now.
He's been playing too
Jumping
much
off that
New
rock
World,
with his
diving
legs
off
as
mountains as
well.
well. Yeah, he's
Go, good
just that
sportsmanship,
and
dropping the ammo,
Plant
dropping
my
the
shit, go
armor.
into pier, and
He's still
great
bleeding.
stuff to see.
it's this green car, right?
Real Chads don't care about light blades party, you know that.
You know, I miss the light bleeds having the heavy bleed icon.
Yourself up.
When they made that change, it
I
just
know.
confused me to no end. I'm sitting there bleeding. I'm like, what do? I got an army bandage.
He's running into pier. I suspect he'll probably sit down here and fix these blades, fix those broken limbs, put those limbs back on. In fact, he's got a few blacked out limbs.
Ooh,
He's
gotta
not
find
looking
some
so
water,
hot
too.
right now. Blitzer
Got
did
himself
some
in a
work on
sticky
him. That
situation.
wasn't a one-way
I
fight.
was fairly certain on the objective. I just started doubting myself.
Absolutely great stuff. And you know, as we said, the large magazine capacity has its place when you're running into people like this in these quick flick fights like that. Magazine capacity is more important than ergo often.
I don't have a body to fight whatever is there.
What are you guys thinking, chat? Are we all rocking 73s with the mutant? Is it the 30s? Where's the community sort of consensus on that mutant magazine capacity? I'm really intrigued because I run both.
Athletics as
I
well.
like factory with the big magazines, for example.
Honestly, I think that the mutant excels at close to mid-range,
Just
and
not
going
gonna
with
kill
long
him.
range, you should definitely be single fire. It doesn't really matter too much with the magazine size at a longer range. 30s do just fine. I see a lot of 40s in
Take
chat
that
as
one.
well. I do think that the mutant itself is found its
I still
niche
have the
in
light bleed.
the meta of Tarkov, as we say. You know, you usually see every wipe has its highlight gun. Last wipe we saw the Vector. We've seen M4s, HKs, stuff like that. I think that the 103 and the mutant are very, very solid with the 7.62 changes over this wipe. If you're looking for a solid round, 7.6239 PS, 7.6239 BP are amazing rounds up until pretty much any point in this wipe anymore.
My struggle with them is at longer ranges. The low muzzle velocity means that I can't hit my shots. That's definitely a me problem. Everybody else seems to be able to. We do have a poll up in chat
Already away from
as
the
well,
lake.
so make sure to hit that poll up, guys. And of course, there is always the 10-round option that Vin and Garland talking about. The real chads use 10-round magazines for sure.
My other ones for sure. Oh, I think I need more.
Yeah, I seen it. I see it with my own two eyes.
The poll is rigged. No 10-round action in the poll. This is why we don't let Garland compete. He's such a chad that he'd just win his own competition with these 10-rounders. This is why he's behind the scenes now here at Evasion. And so Gary looking like he's going to take that extract. Is he going to be our first competitor to successfully extract here from the map, get those bonus points? Huge for Gary. Yeah.
A nice little thing for Angry Elmo. Looked like last time we saw him, he was bleeding as well as facing dehydration. Looks like he took care of that and took care of the bleed, so now he can get himself all stitched up.
Just to make myself a bit lighter.
Great stuff from Gary, and now here we are with Elmo. Yeah,
Timer is
great chance here for Angry Elmo to just put some points on the board, get back in this. 2 competitors knocked out already. He, of course, killing Blitzer Girl. He'll know that she's out. He must sense this opportunity to get after it and get some bonus points. Catch up.
Yeah, no, you're good, Bank. You're good. Appreciate you looking out.
Yeah, as they say, just don't die. All the man has to do, survive, get some points on the board. Looks like there's a regular scav.
Buddy, come back here.
Cheeky scav, he is very, very scared. Gile indeed.
A little bit of ring around the rosies there with the scav.
I would be the first at stamp points.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that we do get to see the opportunity for Angry Elmo to get his chance towards the second place spot.
Because even
You
though
guys do not know
have
first and
picked
second place
everything,
in this
no
bracket.
hydration, and I'm at 26 energy.
Yeah. First and second place in this semifinal will be going
I'm
on
gonna
to
check.
the
If it's up, I'm
finals.
extracting. If it's not up, I'm going map.
So he's gonna go, it looks like we can hear him talking there. He's thinking about extracting. He's gonna go hit extract here, appear. It's not open. He's gonna come back onto pier. He's talking about getting those bonus extract points. He knows that one competitor at least is dead. He's thinking about getting as many points from that extract as he can. But of course, very unlucky they're not open. Now he has to think about his next extract.
How long do we have? 13 minutes. Oh, no, I was looking at my bank.
Wood steps inside of the bank. A nice little
What is up
AI
with these
scav.
scabs?
Scavs
Right,
are
Reg is
cracked
fine.
tonight.
What is this scav doing? Did he go upstairs?
He's got the high
Yeah.
ground.
Oh man. Got that Obi-Wan scav.
And top up those 30s.
Oh, yeah, get that BP in there. It's got decent velocity, like we keep bringing up. The MAI
I'm trying to
also
tag
has
the
a higher
process.
velocity or whatnot, but
Not going
the
that
thing
well.
about 7.62, in my opinion, is it does
Doing
extreme
bad
armor
with the
damage.
other
So
5 rounds
if you tend to do a lot of center mass shots, you know,
really sucks.
go through the armor in a relatively decent fashion. The 7.62 BP
Ooh.
got some action over on the hill. And we'll
A
see
little
if
bit of
Angry Elmo's
movement up
able to
there,
get
yeah. Somebody,
these sight lines.
looks like somebody might have been looting his kill, might have been on Blitzer's body there. Not much left on her after Elmo did ditch the gear. Just caught that movement out of the corner of his eye here. He's going to be a little bit cautious.
We are just under the 12-minute warning. Looks like we got some action over on the
Saw
beach.
someone
Possible
running.
movement. Maybe a scav.
Yeah. Really love to see him pick up a couple more points before extracting here.
There we go. Slow scav action. Running 7.62. You want to aim above the head right there at this distance. He is 0 to 150.
What up, baby?
Very wary
no
of
Kentucky
the
windage
zeroing
here.
process.
Yeah, he's using that 0. There's the shot right now, hopefully.
Wait, what?
Close. Hits him in the neck. Aimed at the head.
Damage is bad. Understood.
About a 200-meter shot right there. It's very difficult to adjust with zeroing in this game, considering that most guns are zeroed to a specific bullet in a caliber. If you take an SKS, it'll be PS rounds, whereas if you have a 103 AK
The
chambered in
moment I didn't
7.6239, it will
just
be a
resort to
BP
calling
round.
the regular Shoreline rate from me anymore.
Yeah, the muzzle velocities sure are something that you only really learn by playing and with experience with each rifle and each
Probably watch
ammo
the
type, really.
Gotta do that quick math.
There we go, side.
He's just being cautious here as he tries to get off of this pier. Of course, it is a bit of a trap when the extract's not open.
Very risky maneuver going on the outside. Very good for getting out of the bank area, but very difficult to traverse as well. It's a very asymmetric path, so if you get shot at, going to be in a buttload of trouble.
I think the play here now for Elmo needs to be on surviving. Take your time, smooth, don't make a lot of noise, grab your points, get the extract, get out. That's got to be key here. He needs to survive this raid if he's to have any sort of hope to be in a good position going into the reserve, basically.
Exactly. This is it. He has to live. Just don't die. Forehead. Nine-minute warning coming on up in the raid.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, while we are in a bit of a lull here in the battle, watching Angry Elmo take up the remainder of his time here to try and get some points, I do want to direct you over to the Evasion socials. We have the Evasion website at evasion.gg, and also Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. These all have different updates and content for you, and just a great way to stay updated on Evasion stuff. And back to our match here as Angry Elmo tries to take out this scab.
No. Oh no! What's he zeroed at? Did he do the zero at 150?
Didn't change. Didn't do the maths. We're all guilty of this. I personally 0 to 100 and stay there for the raid, unless it's something like reserve. Yeah, unless I know the ranges intimately, like on reserve, because you have no choice with those extra long ranges, then I'm just leaving it.
No movement there.
Yeah, precisely. If anybody's trying to get a decent zero on any gun, rifle caliber, 308, 545 even, 556, I highly recommend putting your zero at 100, getting a good constant. Once you learn things from there, then you can understand different variables and different velocity speeds and all that sort of stuff with zeroing, because it's very complicated. And to explain it is very simple in the mind of somebody that knows it, but obviously with different velocities, different ammo calibers and types and whatnot, it can be a little difficult. So stick to 100 with rifle caliber rounds, stick to standard with smaller.
Absolutely, and you know, we've some people here, you viewers in chat, might be wondering what the hell are we talking about this for? You can Kentucky windage it, but we have seen this become a factor in EU solos already, with Walker, who's in chat by the way, missing what was probably a 25 to 30 meter head tap from behind on that interchange raid, where his zeroing was set to 100, firing 7.62 BP. I believe he fired over the head of his target at that range because his range was wrong. So it is something to consider, particularly when using these lower velocity, heavier rounds. Always check your zero, know what's up. Think it was a bug? Definitely. Walker, of course, in chat now, confirming it was a bug, using his position at BSG as an emissary to confirm it was a bug. I'd love to read that bug report.
Yeah, make sure you guys do file your bug reports whenever it's clearly the game.
Yeah.
Nice little scab killer ripped out by power. Do you think this is the safest time to be over near power station, as well as about mid-raid on Shoreline? Most you're going to find is possibly a little scab squad. Ah, yes. Walker, the Urinal Slayer. Yeah, yes. Never forget.
Yeah, but fast extract doesn't count for points, Ping. If that counted for points, I might have been first place.
Bit of good-natured banter there from Elmo as well.
I know you are.
Making his way now to a different extract point, looks like. some new merch
just take your
ideas in
time.
chat from Van as well over at evasion.gg. I'm not quite sure that is actual merch, but definitely worth investigating, chat.
Mm-hmm. No, we are just going to put it out for men in the beginning. If we have any demand from the ladies as well, we do have Walker Bug Cream for ladies as well. Just in production right now. Just put some feelers out there. If you have any interest in it, make sure you tag Walker in chat and you say you're interested.
There is the link on screen as well.
Stay tuned for future updates to the Evasion merch store.
And meanwhile, you know, Angry Elmo here just moving casually around the map, grabbing scav kills. He needs every point he can get. And so while missing out on bonus points by not extracting first, killing a competitor, grabbing tags, killing scavs, point on points. He needs everything he can get here going into this last raid. This is going to be spicy. I really want to see him get out and survive this shoreline.
Always love seeing a nice and fair bracket. Oh, he is at 0 and 6 for hydration and energy.
No.
Just milking the time in the raid. He's got just over 3.5 minutes left in to make it out. If I'm not mistaken, he does have to go to the road to custom side. If I am mistaken, then we are in a bit of a pickle, aren't we? It did spawn over near the town area, if you guys do not remember.
Okay.
I hope so, right, chat? Chat, am I wrong?
Yeah, no.
I'm sitting doubting myself now. I'm like, wait, did they spawn over my town?
I know you won't.
3 minutes. Oh,
Angry scavs, angry.
Gotta be careful.
Man, those scavs are giving Elmo a hell of a time tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something we all feel deep on our soul.
Yeah.
Mm.
Tell you, man, if you're not wearing heavy armor, you run to a Vepr Hunter scav. They have that green BPZ FMJ. That'll one tap you through level 4, or sorry, level 3. 4 gives a little bit of a 2-shot. Oh, grenade going on Angry Elmo. What is going on here?
What the hell?
Flies right over past his head. We got somebody up push and he takes down Angry Elmo. Jeez, 2.5 minutes left in the raid for the competitors, and he goes down to a player.
Oh,
wow. Shoreline.
Wow.
How long has that guy been sitting there? That's the epitome of a bushwookie.
Ooh,
How
time
long
management.
has he been there?
Has he been stalking him? That's the thing I'm wondering.
No, I don't believe
know.
I believe he's been chilling in a bush. And I think I heard Elmo say just as he went down that was it 2-man. I'm not sure. We'll get hopefully some confirmation from that from Battle Mods. Well, I don't know what to say. This is the downside to Shoreline. Wow.
Possibly the people we saw over near Pier as well, going up the hill over near Blitzer's body. Maybe it was the same people.
Getting confirmation in chat there that he saw him running down the hill, but he missed him. So chat saw him perhaps, and maybe Elmo missed him, distracted, talking, sort of casually moving towards extract there. Wow, huge. Loses out on 6 extract points.
That is big. Wow. That is an unfortunate blow to Angry Elmo, who really needed every point that he could scrap out of that raid. So it's very unfortunate to see that happen. He did have still a 6-point extraction bonus available, being the second person alive in that raid out of our competitors. So he did have the opportunity to put up a few more points on the board, but still having a very solid raid, coming out of there with, it looks like 22 points if that's the final update. He did plant both of his batteries. He got 2 PMC kills with tags. He got 8 scav kills. So he definitely had a really good raid there. Just an unfortunate ending again for Angry Elmo in that raid. So we do have our final score update here, with Angry Elmo coming out with 26 points, unfortunately still lagging behind the rest of our competitors. British Ubba in third with 52, Blitzer Girl in second with 59.5, Gary TV coming out with a very strong lead for the first time tonight with 78.5 points. This is the first big separation we've seen between our top 3 competitors who stayed very close to each other in the first 3 raids. So interesting development here. We'll see how this goes with our final reserve raid. Definitely a more defined scoreboard here, and our competitors have their work cut out for them. Gary TV needs a strong showing to maintain his first place position. British Ubba and Blitzer Girl still very much in contention here. They could still compete for that first place and second place position. Again, our top 2 scorers from this competition will move on to the championship tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're looking not just for the top score today, but the top 2. So it may be that British Ubba and Blitzer Girl need to distance themselves from each other, and that will be our big deciding factor here. But again, it is still anybody's game. If we see a good showing from Angry Elmo in this final raid and he's able to outlive his fellow competitors, he could very well pull himself into the second place position. It is very much possible. There are a lot of points to potentially put on the board in this reserve raid. Lots of objectives, lots of potential PMC kills. So Angry Elmo really needs this one. He really needs a strong showing here, and he could get it. We'll see how it goes. Jeepo, what are your thoughts now that we're going into our final raid? What we've seen here tonight? What's your big takeaway so far from the competition?
Yeah, I was so far. My big takeaway is trying to lower my heart rate from having that grenade flash across my screen out of absolutely nowhere, like some sort of demented baseball. My thoughts tonight are this is incredibly close. We did say going into this that we had some incredible competitors here. You know, just we've had some high scores put up. I don't think we'll get any high scores tonight because these guys are keeping an equilibrium really across not just that top 3. That was actually still, even though he missed out on 6 bonus extract points, which could be huge for Angry Elmo, he's back in contention here. He needs to have a good raid. He needs the other guys to fall short, and this could still he could still get through. So I can't believe how close this one is going into that last raid. Reserve is very often a high scoring raid. We sometimes see the highest scores of the night put up here. Everybody's in contention for me. I'm really excited going into this final one.
Absolutely. And speaking of our final raid, I will go ahead and walk us through the rule set for Bombs Over Reserve, our 5th map of the day. Our players will be spawning in together once again on reserve during the day. They will have 30 minutes for this raid. The objective: PMCs are tasked with placing a TP200 TNT brick in the control room of the underground bunker and marking the listed 5 rooftops with smoke. You must be on the rooftop that you are placing the smoke grenade on. For our rules, the loadout: competitors can bring any weapon with them, but they must be wearing either a Zabralo or a Thor carrier body armor, and either an Alton or a Rise T helmet. They can bring any rig and backpack. They can only have a maximum of 2 stems and 2 grenades. They must also bring the 5 smoke grenades and the TP200 TNT brick. They are not allowed to have a GL or a Mark 18. They're not allowed to have any thermals, and they're not allowed to have a run-through. That will cost them all of their points. The smoke locations are Black Pawn, White Pawn, King at the highest roof, White Knight at the highest roof, and Rook by the Dead Scav. The TP200 location, again, is the control room of the underground bunker, which is where you flip the power switch to activate the D2 extract. Our competitors will score points by killing raiders, scavs, and guards for 1 point each. A PMC kill is 1 point each. If they secure the tag, it is a total of 3 points. Task points for each of the smoke grenades and the TP200 are 2 points each. Killing Gluhar will get them a 5-point bonus, and an extraction will get them a 5-point bonus. Now, here is the interesting part about our reserve raid: the double extract bonus points if you activate and use the bunker hermetic door. We have seen this several times in the competition over season 5 between the NA and the EU competitors. We have even seen it be the deciding factor in the championship match. This one is big. The double extract points can be a huge swing, and it could make the difference in a placement in the championship for our competitors tonight. So I am very interested to see how this map develops, how this game goes, and who is able to get those double extract points. I'm also very interested to see if we have a Gluhar sighting. We have not seen much from Gluhar in season 5, so it'd be really cool to see that happen tonight and get that very tense fight for what is a very challenging guard situation. Now, if I remember correctly, we did have Gluhar on the semifinal Group A bracket that led to some spicy engagements. So I'm interested to see if we'll see that tonight. Party Pineapple, what are your thoughts on this final raid and the challenges our competitors are facing here?
So we've got the top 3 fighting over the top 2 spots, but I just keep focusing on Angry Elmo and how things are going to go about for him and the scenarios he's been handed so far. Even though he's been down Interchange and Shoreline, he got handed best case scenarios basically. Even though he didn't make it out, he still got handed great scenarios. He's making the best of things going on right now. Just by not engaging in any PvP or PvE, he places down his objectives and he places down and he uses the bunker along with the switch. He gets 27 points. Killing Gluhar, that's another 5 points right there. So this could be a very, very high scoring point round. All of these competitors have to do, Angry Elmo especially, is just stay alive, maintain their cool, and it's a big thing about momentum with Reserve. It's completely separate from all the other maps in terms of momentum, so you have to be able to understand where you are inside of the bracket and try to negotiate your way into that first and second place spot. Let's see how things go.
Yeah, absolutely. As Blitzer Girl there, we have her audio. She is running. And she did just give us all tinnitus, so apologies everyone for that. Thank you, Nikita, for the update to the Golden Star. Gotta love that.
Raid
and the
is
raid
hot, by
is
the way.
hot. There we go. Yeah, absolutely.
Here's something that we I haven't seen in a while is we have 3 competitors going straight up. So we got Blitzer Girl taking out a possible Scav guard. Might see a Scab Boss on the map. British Elmo placing down a smoke grenade over on top of his building. Angry Elmo down in the basement as well, going towards the power. Seeing what he can do. Blitzer Girl going in for the second Gluhar guard kill. Looks like we definitely do have a Scab Boss on the map. We got 4 more, I believe, on the Scav gang. One going down, second going up as the third pops up from behind the box. Taking some shots right on top of the armor. British Elmo taking some shots over the hill, over towards the big field. She's going to swap out her armor. Blitzer's screen. See how she goes about, maneuvers her way towards the Scav guards.
That was some horror show Jack in the Box action right there.
Oh my! Blue card just popping out.
Get that reload, please. Let's go, Blitz.
This guard
where'd he go?
is just all about her.
Check on the way there. We'll secure points.
Very glad she cinched that body armor when she did.
Oh yeah. Saved her life.
Dude.
She's actually rocking 40 rounders. There you go. Good girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Very well done. I believe that is 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back. We got possibly 2 more, maybe 1. We'll see how things go. Always good to count for more. 1 going down over in the K building. British up over in the train station still.
All right.
Can she just time out, repack her mags, heal, put her life together? That's making me nervous. That was insane. What a nonchalant way to absolutely clear Gluhar and family. Wow, words are hard. That was nuts.
I am loving this 30 rounder that she just has sitting there as a spare. She knows if she hits 30 rounder, you're in trouble.
That's the oh shit mag.
Yeah, I love those sort of cues because I get carried away hard. I'll be like, oh, great, I got a 10 rounder. Oh, wait, I have a 10 rounder in. Run. Let's see how things go. I think Angry Elmo hears something over by these school buildings. Going to go for the drop down. See if there's a PMC in there. And he goes, gets the action. Nice kill. Good pickup on Angry Elmo's part.
Great kill there. Using the audio cues really, really nicely. Securing that dog tag as well. Bringing a lot of spare ammo with him. He's here for a while. You can see his strategy right there.
So good points on the board already from Blitzer with that Gluhar and the guard boss kills. The rest of the guys seem to be placing down objectives. She's just murdering everything right now over at the K's at the train station. Two different strategies for getting points. Elmo repacking.
It's already
Looks
going
like
better.
Gary is
Just a few
underground right
minutes, I
now.
basically gave up on the semis. Like, I didn't entirely
No.
give up, but
Confirmation from our battle mods as
Can I
well.
be more
Blitzer is the
fancy?
second
Can I run a
competitor to
thermal?
kill Glucar all solo season. We
PK
had
still
Blank
active,
TV,
right?
the other competitor, to do so. So not a lot of Glucar pickups in reserve. Looks like people tend to avoid them because of
I simply won
the
that because
gang
of
going
game,
on
man. GG's.
with Glucar. But hey, if
I'm
you can
sorry.
pick up the boss right off the bat, get yourself 5 points, and
I
you
won't
are
be
in
looting you.
very good position to deny the points from other competitors inside the raid. Again, they're all in the same raid together.
Absolutely. And here we are joining Gary. He is the points leader currently
So
as
you're
things
wearing a raid
stand.
boot,
You can see him
and that
hotkeying
makes you-
his
makes you a
smoke grenades as well. Great way to
extremely
get
large,
that
so-
throw out even easier. Thinking about getting on this roof and
That
throwing this
carrot
grenade,
bush.
man. It's
Oh,
like
Christ. Take no prisoners. Take no chances.
Looks like we might have some contact between some of our competitors.
yeah.
Looks like top and bottom
Both.
are both in their respective areas. Elmo popping down a smoke. Go on.
Yep, securing some points.
Oh, thank you for the
Giving
tonight.
us all-
Appreciate it.
About it.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
I saw the movement. I'll be honest with you. But
So
that's been
Blitzer's on
many
top of
years
train
playing
station here. She's
PUBG.
about to pop a smoke. I'm wondering if Bubba's gonna turn. He's turned away from train station right now, but there's a chance he turns back and sees it. It is quite a
I just
foggy
need
day.
your dog tag, bro.
That might actually make things a little bit harder to spot that fog at distance. But there is a chance that they could bump
Yeah,
into each other here.
Yeah.
Always love seeing the pace and the movement. Seeing all these competitors move around the map and how people go about things. It used to be back in the day, you know, you could tell who watched a certain streamer, who's been playing a certain amount of time by the pathing that they took. Now they've added in a lot more loot and static weapon spawns, different scav spawns, and all that sort of stuff. It's really nice to see a lot more of the maps being utilized in the past year or year and a half. So
I'm currently in a tournament, Chupa.
Yeah, I think Dynamic Loot did a lot of
The
good
objective is
work.
to throw
Some people
smokes.
didn't like it so much, but I like it.
And
It's
this kit,
mixed up the
like
map,
the armor and
made
stuff,
all
is
of the
also
map
part of the
viable now,
objective.
in my opinion.
I believe Gary and Angry are walking
Exclamation
towards
mark
each other. They're
evasion,
about to go
but,
into the street. Oh yeah, here we go.
But to get spicy. Oh,
Oh,
there it
Angry
is.
goes down. Gary
That
waiting
was
for him, and he hears
100%
him
competitive.
first.
And you heard him say that was one of the
Yeah,
competitors. I think he
second time.
caught
Damn it, Gary.
the bright purple backpack. Yep, confirming it was Gary. Unlucky Elmo. Oof.
Here we go. Very well done today from Angry Elmo. Victim of circumstance, did not come out on top on points, but very well done all around from a player standpoint.
Yeah, super unlucky in a couple of his raids, but I think he put up a good showing, had a good, solid Shoreline raid, and was doing well here on reserve as well. Very respectable for sure. Joining here, Blitzer Girl on the big screen.
And of course, if you guys do want to see any of the point of views from these competitors, make sure you go on over to their channels. The links will be up in chat. Go give them a follow. The follows are free. Go show them some love from the Evasion family. Angry Elmo, well done today. We got Blitzer and Gary up on your screen. See what Brace is up to as things turn out for the better, I hope.
Looks like they're just focusing a little bit on moving around the map, getting those smoke grenades thrown down, clearing their corners. Blitzer getting that smoke grenade ready.
Yeah, Blitzer's
Now,
right
there's
next to Gary.
There's a potential clash here about to happen.
Maybe a little window fighting. British also in the area. Looks like we got a little Mexican standoff. Two in the building, one in the... What do we call this? This is a storage building or something like that? I never really took a good look at that. I guess it's like the the barracks.
Mm-hmm. The building Ubba's in is, I call this like a sort of a garage area. I just call it the building, the British building. It's for me, it's the building beside no backpack. That's kind of what we call it, which is a bit of a mouthful in a firefight. Trust me.
Shooting at though.
Now, British definitely hears those shots. Blitzer going right on the roof and then popping right back down, making sure she's not silhouetting too hard in this fog. Got two competitors looking at the building. I have no idea if British knows that Gary is there, but we'll see how things go about. Gary spotting the smoke. Blitzer's going to go at the back.
Literally smoke signals to let you know, to let your competitors know where you are. Oh,
British popping up onto Gary. Gary takes him down. Gary with the second competitor kill.
That could be huge.
Popping in the British building.
And what's really interesting there is we forced the competitors to use Reese T or an Alton. And I don't think British Ubba, I don't think either competitor knew that their opposite number was close by because they couldn't hear them. I genuinely think they almost body checked each other there. That was quite something. That's 2 raids, I think, in a row that British Ubba has been killed by Gary. He is nemesis for him tonight.
It's always interesting seeing how some players deal with the heavily geared raids. Personally, I'm not much of a heavily geared guy. I play a lot of solo, so I do a lot of mobility over everything sort of thing. Rather just not get shot forehead. But I think that, not dealing with the same amount of levels of audio, not dealing with the same level of movement can be very... you can get in a competitor's head sometimes, I think.
Absolutely. And Blitzer Girl, just key here at this point in the raid for her. She's just moving quickly, getting those smoke grenades down. And also, shout out to Angry Elmo in chat. Thank you so much for the raid, my dude. Great work tonight. GG's all around. Chat, if you haven't had a chance to go over, say hi to Angry Elmo. Please do go give him a follow. Follows are free. Awesome competitor tonight. Thank you so much for the raid, dude. And thank you, Brian, for the gifted sub.
Oh, yeah. Now, keep in mind, I think Angry Elmo still has the most PMC kills up to this point. If I'm not mistaken, Gary might have overtaken him with these past 2 kills, but Angry has been putting up like we said before, whenever he gets the chance, he's just been blowing it away. So make sure you guys go show him some love. Points do not govern how good or bad a player is in this game. We all get Tarkov, we all get RNG'd. Much love.
Blitzer just, again, focusing on those smoke grenades, throwing them out, collecting the points. She's in an awesome position here with 80.5 points. So we'll certainly keep an eye on the scoreboard, but we won't quite know where this is going to finish here. But a great start to this raid, killing Gluhar and the boys, and now getting those objectives completed.
Always love how calm Blitzer can stay during all these fights and during these encounters. That's one thing that I always try to tell newer players is I know it sucks early on when you get into a fight, and like I used to personally get the leg shakes a lot. Get into a nice, just intense fight, leg starts shaking a lot. When that throws off your focus and whatnot. If you can stay calm, I guarantee you will win 80% more of your fights.
Absolutely correct, but it's easy to say it, harder to do it,
for
sure. But with experience. But yeah, Blitzer just blitzing these
have the end result.
And that's why you work in commentary. It's why you're not playing, right? Yeah, just using the rooftops. Checking out. Doesn't have her keys for locked room, it seems. Not a problem. As we join Gary here, who has flipped the button for extract. So we might know what his plan here is.
Very, very good question, Foolish Chansey. Do you want the hard answer or the easy answer? Because the hard answer is you're just gonna have to die more in game. Get shot at more. Virtually.
And I think the easy answer is get good, right? I think that might be
Hey, British Java, thank you for the raid, man. We appreciate you competing with us today. Great games today. Very well done.
Yeah, huge shout out to British Ubba. Always a pleasure to run commentary when he is playing. Fantastic work all around. Some great fights tonight. Welcome in, everybody.
Blitzer pop
Let's
on
go
the
picking up
scav
another kill, yeah.
Oh yeah. Gary's just doing circles around this area, possibly thinking that Blitzer might still be in the area, and Blitzer's just been going back and forth all around the map, popping the scav spawns, getting these OBJs down. It looks like she's going to try to get the... I believe she is out of objectives to place as well. Cannot see in the bottom of that, but I believe she has placed down everything so far. Awesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick update. You are watching the Evasion Solo Battles EU Season 5 Semi-Final Group B. Man, that is a mouthful. We are on our semi-final event, our last raid of the night. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for the raids coming in from our competitors. We are watching our final 2 competitors left in the raid as they try and close out this event and secure their advancement into the championship round tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you, and back to the raid.
Thank you, Spectre. So Gary getting one of the smoke grenades down on that train station. Blitzer girl. What are you thinking if you're Blitzer girl here? I think she's got all her objectives completed now. We'll just get confirmation on that. Oh!
Second night.
Nice.
Sneaky little
Flick
scab
from
there.
Gary. Nice.
Yes.
I think the thing here for Blitzer is she's going to go, looks like she's going to press the switch possibly, maybe go for the double
Sure.
points.
I took this
She's in a very good position right now, so possibly Gary could take the exfil right now. Do not recall if he had pressed the lever, but we'll see how things go with the 15-second timer left on his exfil. Looks like Blitzer will be pressing the lever.
Yeah, it feels
when
like she's going to wait for the lever to reset. Great stuff from Gary there. Real nice work. Good understanding of the map as well. He knew that he could hit the button, go get some additional scav kills, and get that final objective.
Oh man, what a
time. Let's jump it over here to Blitzer as she waits for the reset on the lever.
That's interesting because the alarm stopped going and he still had the time to get out. I can't tell you the amount of times I've sat in that area with the bunker and it stopped counting. It's not a feels good. It's not a feels good.
No, it's not. I can't tell you the amount of times I've sat there in that bunker and a magic grenade has come through the wall either. But we're focusing on the positives tonight.
Yeah, positives.
You did get
positives.
out. Just waiting on Blitzer here to hit that button.
Oh yeah, we are looking at the fight for first place, it seems, right now. See how Blitzer is going to manage her way outside of this map, or she's going to take her time with it. She does have that paracord just in case, but looks like she's going to risk it for the biscuit.
Just waiting here, and we will, of course, then get updated confirmation on those scores as well.
It's going to be weird. She's got 1 energy left. Just pop the whole aquamarine, it seems. Get that extra energy back.
Yeah, that'll be enough to get her out. And of course, Blitzer Girl is one of the evasion.gg competitors on the competitive team. Hit the website for more information on the merch there. Big shout out to her, our very own Colgate sponsored competitor.
Nice little direct route from the button as well. 85.5 points on the score right now. Looking to see if she can get the double exfil points for 10 at the bunker. You have Gary down with 107. These scores are not currently up to date all the time, but they're the best of our ability.
Absolutely.
107 is what she needs to beat. 20 points between here and there. It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. And of course, she does not know where she is in the standings. She has opted not to be told the score, so she's going to min-max every second of this raid that she can to make sure she appears in tomorrow's final.
It's always interesting because she is just sitting over 12 minutes left allocated for her group. They're allowed to stay in for another 12 minutes, but the alarm goes off for 4 minutes. So when you press that lever, you kind of sit there and set yourself up for the next 4 minutes, saying that you're going to, do your do, and within 4 minutes you're going to be out. So is she going to maybe possibly try to get some raiders or some attention over near here and wait it out, go press it again? Looks like she's going to go right for it and get those points. Again, she has not opted in to know her standing, so she's risking it and seeing what's going on here. Alrighty. It looks like it's pretty clear so far. Looks like she's going to be all clear making it through. Put the 17 exfil timer on the board and clean exfil. Not bad. Well done from Blitzer Girl today.
Please.
All
Well
right,
done.
fantastic raid. GG's to Blitzer Girl being the last one out there. Also getting the 10-point extraction bonus in addition to Gary TV. As we get the final scoreboard wrapped up here, tally all the points, make sure everything's squared away. We're just going to recap real quick. Unfortunately, Angry Elmo having a rough go tonight, getting in some bad situations and getting Tarkov'd a lot. But still a fantastic performance by Angry Elmo. Great competitor, great sportsmanship from him. Also a great showing from British Ubba, Blitzer Girl, Gary. All of our competitors tonight did a fantastic job and provided us with some really interesting content. We did get our Gluhar raid. We did get our Gluhar fight. Blitzer Girl just going ham against the Gluhar squad. Very nearly going down to that guard as she ran out of ammo, but she was able to recover from it, so great job there. I do want to direct everyone over to the Evasion website, evasion.gg, where you can see the calendar and future events that are coming up, deadlines for applications to future tournaments. You can also see the merch store, and you can see the rules for all of the competitions that are currently going on. Also, the socials, we have Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, where you can find some great Evasion content, daily updates often on Twitter and Instagram, also Tarkov intel reports from Battlestate Games. You can also join the Discord for more information there and a community hangout spot. I do want to thank everyone for being here while we wrap up the scoreboard. I also want to take the time to thank Battlestate Games for the huge support they have shown Evasion with a massive monetary contribution that we can put in a prize pool for our competition. And speaking of, again, our top 2 competitors from today's competition will move on to the championship round tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a cash prize. I believe it is $1,000 for first place and $500 for second place tomorrow. We do have our scoreboard updated, so we're going to roll into that real quick. Party Pineapple, would you please read out our scores?
Yeah, absolutely. We had an awesome bracket today, awesome competitors, and everybody put up their best. Sometimes you get Tarkov, sometimes you get RNG'd, and that is the way of Tarkov with the victim of circumstance stuff. Starting off at 4th place, we got Angry Elmo TV with an awesome performance today. Really opened up in the second half of the competition. After the first 2 make you play a little bit more dynamically, you've seen his playstyle open up, was fantastic to see, coming in with 36 in the 4th place. British Ubba coming in with the 60 points on 3rd. Fantastic play today as well. Great positioning and great know-how on his map knowledge as well. And coming in for the 1st and 2nd going into the championship round, we got, 2nd place with Blitzer Girl, 96.5 points. Solid, super respectable gameplay all around. She's super calm in any situation, and seeing her just go around and work around the maps makes me a little jealous at times. Gary TV coming in with the number 1 spot going into the championship round as well. Coming in tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, you can catch Gary and Blitzer on over there. 107.5 points for Gary TV. Excellent play today. Awesome know-how, just in the right place at the right time, and being able to play that objective and the round to a T. So congratulations to those 2 competitors. Congratulations to 3rd and 4th place as well for competing today. Make sure you go follow all those competitors as well. They're awesome people, well vetted by the Evasion community.
Absolutely. Please go check them out. We are going to raid our top scorer tonight, Gary TV. Before we do, I would like to thank the entire Evasion team, all the battle mods, production staff who work behind the scenes to make this possible, and also thank these two fantastic individuals here casting our show today. Jeepo TV, where can we find you, sir?
Yeah, Jeepo TV on Twitch, Jeepo TV on Twitter, YouTube, you name it, that's me. I'm streaming most days of the week. Northern Irish-based streamer over here in the UK and UKR, stream from about 6 p.m. Ideally, from about 6 p.m. until late UK time. Tarkov's the main game for sure.
All right, and Party Pineapple, where can we find you?
Yeah, hey, I'm Party. I do a lot of Tark. I've been playing since late 2017. Do a lot of sniping and have a lot of know-how with the game. I stream over Twitch and I got YouTube and all that sort of stuff. You can catch me every other day. I tried to refund Battlefield for the second time, but they won't give me my money back, so I'll be playing a lot of that and Halo as well over the next few weeks. So if you want that and EFT content, look forward to seeing you.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Once again, I'm your host, Spectre21. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Spectre21 and most socials by the same name. We are going to go ahead and raid Gary TV. Please stick with us through the raid. There will be a quick commercial break as we set up the raid. Thank you all so much for being here again, and stick with us and go show some love to Gary TV with us. Thank you all and have a great day.
Thank you for being here.